I guess we'll say right off bat all the spoilers.
Huh? Wait, spoilers? 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 Lots of spoilers. And welcome back, everybody, to the Matinee Review, where two friends talk everything entertainment, such as movies, animated features, television shows, video games, cartoons, and comic books. I am Justin.
I am Akili.
How's it going, man? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Everything is going well. The new year is starting off better than last year, but still just kind of like, it's a little weird. Still a lot of weirdness in the air. But
oh, yeah, no,
we're getting through it. How are you?
Right. I'm good. Good. Just doing the normal thing that we all do is start the new year off, and I'm gonna clean things and get rid of things and wear a mask. Gotta always remember to wear a mask. That's the way it's always been ever since a kid. I had to wear a mask, right? Is that how it's always been? Is this how it's always been?
It feels like it. Feels like it. I tell you, I'm going to keep doing it, but I'm getting a little bit of mask fatigue. But I get it. I get it. It's like, man, it's a thing now. But it's what we need to do. So I'm going to keep powering through. It's all right.
Right. Yeah. There was that one little point where where the shots came around, and I was like, oh. Yeah, I keep forgetting to put the mask back on. It's like, oh, we're almost back to normal. It's like, variants. But, we're getting through it.
Omicron.
It'll be all right. Omicron. Optimus Prime.
Autobots.
Roll out. Yep. But other than that, I'm good.
Good.
Yeah. I think having a quick little brain fart, but I can get right back on the train real quick. Here we go. And yeah, other than that, I'm oh boy. No, okay.
I think this is proof that you're doing well. We're back.
Thank you.
I feel like we're right back. I feel like we haven't missed a step.
Not at all.
Yep.
Not one bit.
That's
Everything's
awesome.
perfectly fine.
Yep.
Yep.
Goes down smooth.
Yeah.
No hurries.
All right.
We are basically, to the beginning of the new year, it would behoove us to go ahead and mention that since this time of recording, we've lost a couple people that we'd like to mention. In the world. I mean, there's heart goes out to anyone that's lost anyone still through these trying times. But Betty White, Sidney Poitier, and Bob Saget have passed as of this time of recording.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wanted to give a shout out to them, and if you don't know who those people are, you should at least know, I would say, 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
Of the people in any order. You should know 2 of the 3. I mean, I know that, I'm sad, of course, when anyone passes, but, I know that there was a couple people in my circle that Bob Saget's a big one. America's Funniest Home Videos, a lot of people, a lot of Full House fans. So Bob Saget was kind of a lot of people's kind of house dad. And of course, Betty White with the Golden Girls, and that was one of my mom's favorite shows. And then Sidney Poitier, just, his first African-American won an Academy Award. So
a laundry list of
just a whole bunch of stuff there.
Things that he did.
Civil rights activist. And so just wanted to throw that out there and a little RIP, start the year.
Definitely. I went back and watched a couple of Sydney's movies, and yeah, he was 94, she was 99. It wasn't a shock with the two of them. It was one of those where it was like, oh, okay, well.
Good runs.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Bob Saget, that was a shock.
I think Bob he died in I'm
what?
pretty sure he was probably going to do I think he was still doing stand-up. I think he died in
he was doing his whole thing.
Yeah.
He was
sad, man.
In the middle of a tour.
Yeah.
And it just, that was weird.
Yeah, I mean, if we can, if there's anything good about it, it's no foul play, no drug use, just heart attack or somebody just gave out.
Something.
Yeah.
It's
something.
Weird. And then they won't know for like another, 2 weeks or 12 weeks or something like that. So, we'll figure it out. We have a plane going over. I don't know if anybody wants to know about that plane. It's airplane time.
I feel the need. The Need for Speed.
And, oh yeah, what was it again? Where's my family? No, it's not where's my family. It's get off my plane.
I want these motherfucking sticks off my motherfucking plane.
And then other plane things.
Motherfucker. Boss, deplane.
Yeah, there's that one. There's that one.
There's something on the wing. Something.
Something on the wing. Something on the wing.
You know, it's funny when I do that
Yes.
impersonation, I'm not doing William Shatner, but I'm doing fucking
Jim Carrey doing William Shatner. Yeah. A lot of people are.
Mr. Ventura, there's something on the wing. Something. I'm sorry, what were you saying again?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Good times.
Very.
I don't know if there's any other news.
There's been plenty of news.
There's
We'll definitely talk about it on the next episode.
Indeed.
This episode, I believe last episode we were going to be talking about the Harder They Fall.
yes,
We did take a break,
Yes.
folks. I don't know if you noticed,
a little bit,
but it has been a little bit of space in between.
kind of an unannounced holiday break,
Right,
As you do.
you know.
Most people kind of announce, "Hey, we'll be gone for 2 weeks." Because of life, this, that, and the third. Just hey, holiday break.
Holiday break, and oops and hi, and we're back, and life. But all is well.
Yes.
And we're here.
Yes.
And we are going to talk about Spider-Man due to the fact that it is still the biggest movie out there at this
still
point.
just it making all the money, Justin. All the money.
Right. Absolutely.
Where's all the money
Absolutely.
going? And fucking Tom Holland and Zendaya fucking rolling in it, fucking
So
together.
I guess so. Yes, definitely. No pun intended. I guess we could say that this bit of news would be Spider News.
The news. This is Spider News.
Thwip. Swing through New York. Thwip. Insert sound effects here. Thwip.
Spider-Man, doing whatever Spider can.
That's right.
Look out! Here comes the Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Ha, ha, ha.
Wait, spoilers. Spoilers. Lots of spoilers.
Because see, one's the original OG, one is amazing, and one's your friendly neighbor. Oh, no, wait. How's the order go? One's amazing, one's your friendly neighborhood, and the other one's your... What's the third one? What's his title? He's just OG, triple OG, right?
Spider-Man. I don't
Oh,
guess. I forgot what they did. It was
Because I guess
one's
Tom
a-
Holland's your friendly, Andrew's your amazing, and I guess Toby's he's OG, triple OG, fucking original Spider-Man.
I would call him the Spectacular Spider-Man. at
Spectacular
that point.
Spider-Man,
I
that
mean,
works.
come on. Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Sensationally swinging through the air, the spectacular Spider-Man. S-words. Shining, simmering city, swinging splendidly. Spider-Man.
Show off.
Sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, Spider News. Spider News, we are going to talk about the Spider News. It has broken so many records, I guess domestic and worldwide. As of right now, believe it is going to beat Avengers Infinity War domestically, the 5th highest grossing movie of all time in the United States. And it might even pass that. So right now, I know it's at past 1.5 billion worldwide.
Indeed.
It hasn't even opened in China yet. So
Correct.
It's still growing. This could be a big one, folks.
Highest grossing film released by Sony. It's the studio's gem.
There it is.
When you talk about Sony Pictures, what movie is mentioned first now is Spider-Man No Way Home here.
Right.
So, yeah.
Dig it. I mean, it was a great movie. So,
It's a very good movie.
yeah.
It's very well done.
Yeah.
I can't, not a whole lot bad to say. And even the things that it's like, you're kind of like, meh, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We'll get into it. It's, not too many gripes.
Nah,
One or two, but not really. It's like,
one or two, but
you
not
know,
really.
We
Nah.
had too much fun in order to be like, I don't like
sure.
this movie because this happened and they did
For
this
sure.
wrong. So, yeah, no, it's good. But back to the Spider News.
News.
Spider News.
Yeah.
Twip. 683.1 million in the United States and Canada, and 868.6 million in other territories for the worldwide total of $1.552 billion, folks.
That is a lot of money for a movie that was a $200 million budget. They for sure made their money back.
Yeah.
They're not tripping.
No. It's the highest grossing film of 2021. Mm-hmm. It's the 8th highest grossing film of all time. All time.
Right.
It's in the top 10.
List and I'm like, I used to remember easy off bat is like, what was the highest grossing film? Avatar. Boom. Is it still Avatar? Yes, it's still Avatar. Endgame is second. I didn't realize that. I still thought it was Avatar and Titanic.
It beat Avatar Endgame, and then Avatar got another like re-release somewhere in the world, and then it beat Endgame again. So they passed the torch.
Furious 7th is the 10th highest gross. You know what? Why do I look at these things? Why do I do this to myself?
Don't get too upset, man. I mean, yeah.
Oh my god.
It's okay.
I'm gonna lose my shit.
For those of you who don't know, I don't know if you guys know this, but Akili is a massive Fast and Furious fan.
I tell
and he
you.
does not like knowing that it's in 7th place. He wants it to be more the top 5.
I just feel like those movies are the achievement of the human experience when it comes to movie making and the genre that is magic of film and cinema.
You read that correctly.
I just think that when it comes to Fast and Furious, nothing can stir human emotion better than what they're able to do with these cars and these characters that are more than just a team, they're a family. Justin.
So you heard it from him, folks. You heard it here and now. This is how he feels about it.
I'm gonna pull up this leftover plate of Chantams, and then we're just gonna keep talking about Spider-Man news. That's what we're gonna do.
Okay, yeah. Sounds good. You're gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
No, we're failed as a society. Is what we are. That's what we are. Failed as a society is what we are. But that's all right. That's all right.
Well, some better news. Spider-Man is the 5th highest grossing film in the United States.
Frozen 2 is the 11th? Okay, yeah, let's go back.
No, Spider-Man, bro. Come on, let's go back to Spider-Man. Don't look at all that other shit.
Whoa. Frozen 2, really? Like, oh, okay. All right.
Hey, bro, let it go. All right?
Yeah,
seriously.
For sure. I'm starting to throw little shade, I guess. Whatever. I don't want to be so cold.
Right.
Yeah.
Throw a snowball, not shade.
Right. Build a snowman, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to build a snowman?
No. I want to kick over a snowman and make a kid cry. How about that? That's what I want to do. That'll bring me joy.
Okay. We're doing fine, folks. Spider-Man. I think we were talking about Spider-Man.
Spider-Man news.
Let me just wipe the tears from my face right now. I can't even see the goddamn screen. Oh, boy. We're doing fine, folks. Everything's good. Happy New Year. This is, what is this, episode 12? Yeah. All right. Spider-Man, as the screen turns off on my phone, is everything's great.
No, come back.
Come back. All right. Highest grossing film. The highest grossing Spider-Man film.
Easy. Easily. Yeah. Like, that was, if it was going to break no other numbers, it was going to be the best Spider-Man thrown out. That's, yeah.
I would like to know with inflation what that would be, though. So, But I'm still, I mean, like 1.5 billion. Come on.
I mean, even what is this? Oh, this is cool. The film also set records in Mexico with 7 million in the first day ticket sales, which was 40% above in-game. So even pre-sales it broke pre-sale records. Like this movie.
It broke all the records. I mean, it's still breaking records.
Yeah, it's still just running. This is, man, I just, if we weren't in the times we were in, I'd probably have seen it 3 times in theaters already. But
yeah,
just because of craziness, then yeah. But man, I can't wait to see it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really can't wait to see it again.
Yeah, I mean, record-wise, it's still breaking records.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's doing its thing. I mean, there's really nothing else to. I feel like that is all the news. It's just it's doing the thing. It's doing its thing, man. It's still
spider news.
It's still going up that It's still going up that water spout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
no amount of rain can wash this spider away.
Yeah. Well, then I would say that would be the end of the spider news.
The news. That was all the news.
Spider news. Spider news.
New. Spider-Man. I guess we'll say right off bat all the spoilers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of people that have seen this film. And I would imagine that, especially by the time we drop this episode, if you haven't seen Spider-Man, you clearly don't want to right away, honestly. And that's fine. But, like I said, there comes a time when like a movie comes out, 10 people in a room. If 8 people have seen the movie and 2 people haven't, a couple days after the movie comes out, sure, those 8 people can go somewhere else and talk about the movie. After like a week or 2 weeks or so, those 2 people that haven't seen the film yet, you have to leave the room. Let these 8 people talk about the movie in peace, because clearly you don't want to be a part of that conversation.
Right. Or you can stay, but shit's going to get spoiled.
All right. You don't want that. And we don't want to do that for you, but we're also not going to migrate because you don't want to see the film. So go watch the film. It's fine.
Right. And if you haven't seen it, you can just hit stop and then come back and listen to us when you've actually seen the movie.
I was just going to say, now if you haven't seen the movie because you're starting to kind of get like me, where you're like, man, I may not want to go back out because it's not on Disney Plus yet, then hey, feel free to wait, but just understand. Unfortunately, we're getting to that time in life where the longer you wait, unless you're purposely trying to steer clear of it, like the fact that there's still people out there, they're just like, I have never watched Game of Thrones and I don't know what happens. It's like, wow, still? Really? You still don't know what happens? Like, that hasn't been ruined yet? You don't know? Like,
did you hear about Darth Vader?
Right. You know that's his kid. Yeah, that's his kid, right?
That's right. Jon Snow is Darth Vader's kid.
Okay, cool.
What?
So yeah, just the longer you go without seeing it, the more you risk. You're going to be walking past somewhere, you're going to be in a store, you're going to be somewhere, and you're going to overhear the thing. You're going to be like, no, fuck. So yeah.
I just realized it's probably not even going to come out on Disney Plus. It's probably not even going to come out on Disney Plus.
Why would it? People are going to the movies.
Well, no, but none of the other Spider-Man movies aren't on there. The only time you see Spider-Man on Disney Plus is either the cartoons that they have out there or when he's in Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame. Because they're Sony movies.
Yeah, it's a Sony thing for sure.
Right. So it's not going to come out on Disney Plus. We're just going to have to buy it.
Ooh,
you have to wait until it's digital or
just wait until Sony goes, hey, y'all like our films, don't you? All like 15 of them. We here, we'll make our own little thing, and you can fucking and in fact they'll probably use Spider-Man as their launch pad, where it's like, hey, can't find the Spider-Man movies on Disney Plus, huh? Have you seen our Sony channel? We got that shit. So who knows?
Could be.
Spider-Man No Way Home. Bop. One thing I do like, I'm the idiot in the theater that when the movie opens up and you're hearing because the movie starts right before the last movie ended, where they're getting the J. Jonah. I have a special thing to let you know, proof this, blah blah blah. So when the opening logo is going up, and it's the J. Jonah Jameson, he's talking over that. I'm the idiot in the theater that's like, fucking humming the fucking Marvel theme in my head, and like Kayla was like, were you humming the fucking opening theme? I'm like, yeah. She's like, I can dig it. I hear it in my head too. Like, yeah, like, cause I've heard the J. Jonah Jameson speech. I wanted to hear my fucking so I did that the whole way, just very quietly. I don't want to disturb anyone, but like the whole thing, all the way to the end, like and I was so proud of myself for finishing.
If you do end up going back to the theaters, just do it really loud next time, and then just leave. Better. Just be there for that part, and then just leave. People would be like, "What the fuck was that?" Yeah,
bro, I'm a musician. I'll go get a snare drum. I'll go get a trumpet player, and I'll do a little mini.
And have a guy dressed as Spider-Man kind of like run into the room. And you guys can get thrown out in style. It'd be perfect.
Yeah, we'll do it real marching band style. Just
yeah. People cleaning the next theater over. It's like, what the fuck is going on there?
The fucking marching band. What the?
Pick up the radio. We might need security in theater 5.
No. Like, no. We're leaving right after the intro. That's it. We enjoy the rest of the film.
Meanwhile, as you're getting things thrown at you and you're covered in nacho sauce.
Unless it's really good, bro. If we go in there and knock it out, people will cheer. People are like that.
I think it's a 50-50 split at that point.
Well, there's going to be that one person. I couldn't hear the opening thing. You saw the last movie, right? Yeah, then you heard it.
Someone was talking.
You heard it. You heard it. That's why I was humming the opening theme. Because I was like, oh, it's just the J. Jonah speech from the last. Okay, I heard this. Like, I had fun.
Yeah.
But I do like how they've put, there's now a shot of Natasha and Yelena in there from Black Widow. They've put Shang-Chi in there now.
Oh, in the Marvel thing. Yeah.
In the little Marvel, opening thing. So now they're updating it as we go along. I think it's really neat. It's nice to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, they even put a shot of, I think if you watch Hawkeye now, I think they put a shot of Tom Holland right when he comes back from the snap, and you see him come through the portal. There's a quick shot of him it's thrown in. So they're throwing in a lot of cool stuff in there. So I'm pretty sure once Hawkeye's over, I think they'll throw some of Haley Stanfield in there. I would like to see some little what if animations in there too, man.
Yeah,
I think it'd be cool if they throw some of those in there.
Yeah, because it's part of the cinematic universe.
Right. I think the Multiverse of Madness is going to make some of that shit, especially the Doctor Strange. What if he lost his heart? I think it's going to make some of that hit super hard. Yeah.
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 Oh.
But this film, No Way Home, what were we talking about?
Spider-Man?
This film here opens up pretty much where the last movie kind of ended. You see J. Jonah Jameson kind of doing a, what's that dude's name? Alex? No. Anyway, he's the dude who has the show that's always, oh, let me tell you another thing that's happening. They're putting stuff in the tap water. Alex Jones, I think that's his name. He's doing like that style. Let me tell you about Spider-Man. And they show the video of that Quentin Beck, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, kind of made it look like Spider-Man killed him and was the big baddie.
Right.
And where the last movie we hit, oh my God, and he has his Home Alone moment, we get to pick up right after that reaction. And shit starts going real quick.
I love how they did this real quick. Because they've ended off both the Spider-Mans with a what the fuck, but, cut off right before saying fuck.
Yeah.
With this one, and I love how they did the what the, and then all of a sudden you hear a car horn to cover over the curse word, and I was dying immediately.
It's kind of stuff you're here for, man. Yep.
Because I immediately went, well, it's New York. Everybody's honking the horn. So It was just perfect. It was perfect. The comedy had started immediately right there, which was great. And at that point, you got the crowd surrounding Mary Jane going like, wait a minute, you're Spider-Man's girlfriend? You Spider-Man's girlfriend? Huh? It's like these people.
She's fucking him.
Who are you? You were just with him. Who are you? You.
It's like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, she's with him. Let's grab her.
And that
See, they
chick
have
is trying to take off his mask.
Let me see what you look like under there.
And
I
he, as he
know.
like kind of smacks her
Lord.
away a little. She's screaming out,
He hit me. He hit me. Spider-Man hit me.
Right.
He just hit me.
It's like,
Couldn't you
oh,
imagine?
God.
Can you imagine? That's so realistic, man.
Yeah.
That would be the one person. Hey, I'm suing Spider-Man. He hit me. Ma'am, you tried to take his mask off. Did you invade his personal space? Well, sometimes you get your hand slapped away for that. Don't do that.
right.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, yeah, till you're all up in his grill. Get the fuck out of here.
Right.
But yeah, no, they have to make a fast getaway because, yeah, shit starts going south incredibly quickly.
Yes.
Bad news traveled real fast. Get that great moment where they're up on the thing. Dude. Zendaya's like, dude.
Right.
Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah. When do we get to that nice long shot where they go back into the apartment and it's this nice, like, oh, we go from one room to the, like, Happy's being dumped.
Well, they
He's
got to
in
get
the
through. They're getting through every. Like they went through the tunnel.
Oh yeah,
they went through underground,
it's
they
this
do all
nice
that.
opening. It's this nice it's Spider-Man the ride.
Right.
We are all Zendaya, just along for the like. Yep, just swing me. Like, let's go. You got to
I
make a
did like
getaway.
that line. It's like, where can we go? We can go back to your house. She's like, nope. My dad doesn't like you. What do you mean? Your dad doesn't
What do
like
you
me?
mean? I thought you said your dad was like.
No, well, yeah, no, not anymore.
Right.
So good.
Yeah.
So yeah, they end up, swinging through, like you said, Spider-Man the ride, going through New York. Then they get back to his apartment where he's at that point trying
Happy,
to quickly change and
Happy, not so happy.
happy. That was, yeah,
Just the first opening, just like you thought you just like you can just tell, and you can tell it's not going well. Like,
right. But that
It's
moment
that-
when it's one of those like, yeah, it was a fling. We had our fling, and now it's done, and we're gonna move on. We'll see each other again. And he's like, yes, yeah, that's right, yeah. But when will we see each other again?
Yeah.
like when do you think that'll be? And he's kind of like leaning back into the door, and I was like, dude, don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Just don't.
Well, it just makes Happy super relatable. Happy is just he's a what if Happy was one of us, and he is. So
When you've got someone like that, Aunt May.
yeah, I was gonna say, and I was thinking, yeah, if you're lucky enough to have a fling with a Marissa Tomei, Aunt May, and then all of a sudden she's like, yeah, not really feeling you. Your feelings get a little hurt. You'd be like, was it something I did? Was it something I said? Was it? I can do better. Like, I just got to tell me. Just let me know. What can I do?
Do I need to lift weights? What do I need? What do I need to? I can jog. I can start jogging again.
Do my feet stink? I go change some socks regularly. Like, I can get some Gold Bond or something. I don't know. Yeah. So, but we have this rotating long shot where you go from them at the door, then go to the room. But what's going on? Oh, it's not what you think it is. Oh, and you must be MJ. That's the first time they're meeting, and then Happy's like,
yeah.
Happy, why are you crying? And this whole
We just broke
just
up.
chaos happening. Just
Right. As he's pulling down every
we just
blind
broke up.
in the
I thought you
house.
said it was. Yeah, we just broke up. I thought you said things were going really well. Like,
Right. And then sits him down on the couch and like, look, I want to hear about what's going on with you guys.
He's trying to close one of the blinds. He can't get it, so he thwips it closed. And then he's just fucking doing his thing. And then I like that. It's like, is that here? And he just does that slow, reluctant, like, lifts up the blind. Lifts up the blinds. Like, yeah, that's here. Everybody knows.
And
Yeah.
he's also wearing
Everybody
the same
knows.
shirt that Tony bought him
Mm-hmm.
when they took the suit back.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a nice little. Oh, yeah, that was the last movie.
Yeah. He doesn't hang so much on him now. He done buffed up a bit since that movie. So the shirt looked a little tighter on him.
Right. Right.
He's got that Spider-Man / Uncharted muscle. So he's solid. Tom Holland's solid now.
I mean, he's probably just going to do what he can to just get, even more jacked. I mean,
Oh, and why not? Like, they're gonna turn Tom Holland into, like, if Uncharted goes well and he can be, I mean, he's already an action star per se. You know what I mean? Like, Spider-Man it's an action movie, But like, you know, a lot of the action is him behind a mask. Like you don't see him a whole lot. But with Uncharted, get to see his face the whole time. He's going to be doing his own stunts and you're going to see him. And so if he can sell it, they're going to try to make Tom Holland that kind of next guy. So
yeah. You get to listen to Mark Wahlberg whisper the whole time.
What?
Look,
what? No.
What you gotta do is and I just want. Don't you understand what you need to do?
I think we gotta transform him.
We gotta. Are you saying I'm an immortal? What's going on?
Sorry. Can you do me a favor? Can you speak the fuck up? All right. Let's try that again. Action. Optimus Prime.
Cut. Thanks, Mark. Great. Let's just blow something up now. Let's yeah.
No problem. Good to see you.
Let's blow something up now. Let's just do all that. So things are all bad, and that's when the Department of Damage Control shows up. No, do they show up? When do they get interrogated? Right?
I got to be honest with you. This movie was a quite the roller coaster for me, and not to reference any other directors that doesn't like Marvel movies, but it was a roller coaster, and it was a lot, and I don't remember.
Well, I'll say,
I can remember a good amount of it. I know that they end up getting probably interrogated.
Well, because I'm basically just trying to get the order right before the first big shock of the movie for me and most other people pops up. So I do believe they were interrogated because the beginning is just like things happen, so it's like I can't remember certain beats as well.
I believe that at one point they're doing kind of a slight quick little montage, but then leads into damage control, and
they do like an interrogation montage, and like, you know, I'm not supposed to speak to the cops, and there's this whole kind of thing, and that, you know, he's wearing that like his shirt says something else clever about like science. I don't know, whatever. It's like, this is fun, but they're like sitting there talking to him and this, that, and the third. Like, oh, Nick Fury's been gone for a year. It's like, wait, what? So like that was one of the big lines from there that like super stuck out. It's like, yeah, Nick Fury's been fucking off world for a year. So that means that Peter now realizes that the Nick Fury he spoke to is actually like, well then who did I talk to? But I just talked to Nick Fury.
Right. I missed that line completely.
Oh yeah. They're sitting there. He's sitting there. They're talking to him like blah blah blah. And he's like, well, I spoke to Nick Fury about. It's like Nick Fury's been gone for like a year. He's been off world for a year. It's like, wait, what? Yeah. So, yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna have to watch it again.
We get through all that just so we can get to the first big just what of the movie where it was good to.
Oh, you mean Peter Parker's lawyer?
You know what was funny? It was good to watch the movie with an audience again, because it was nice to get to hear and be a part of a nice big reaction. So like when you what? And then it was an instant like all those people that were like, Daredevil's going to be in the movie, and we're like, no, Daredevil's not going to be in the movie. I heard somebody that I don't know in some theater just go, I fucking told you. Like, yes, I was right. Yes. Like, vindicated. Me.
Ah. That argument between the two or three, whoever it was.
Somebody owes somebody some money. Like, there was a conversation walking back to the car, like, by the way, bro, you owe me $20. Like, I told you he was going to show up. Yeah. So that was great. Good old Charlie Cox. Charlie Cox shows up. I'm so happy. I was so happy to see Daredevil.
Yeah.
So just to see Daredevil. My mom, loved seeing it with my mom. Who's that? Like, that's Daredevil. Mom, that's Daredevil. Did you remember the show? I don't think I watched the show. Okay, well, we'll watch the show. Daredevil.
Yeah. Well, the thing was, I saw it and then ended up introducing my mom to Daredevil strictly for the reason that I guess this whole thing is fucking spoilers. So there's going to be some spoilers really quickly for Hawkeye right now too. Sorry, folks. But because Kingpin was introduced into Hawkeye in episode 5, I was just introducing her to Daredevil for Kingpin's sake. And then she got introduced to Daredevil at the same time, too, having no idea that he's in this movie. So when she sees that, she's now going to be, even more caught up. So it's cool. Yeah.
Kayla does not yet understand why I am so juiced that Kingpin has showed up in Hawkeye, because she has not seen Daredevil. I thought she had, because I was like, where were you when I was watching it? Because I was
Right.
Because I watched Daredevil both seasons. Like, I smashed through those. I might have watched that one on my own. That could have been. But now she is super wanting to watch Daredevil. I'm like, good. Now I can rewatch Daredevil, because I haven't watched it since my first run. I was like, oh, I really want to watch it again.
Right.
Because it's just so good. So good. Such a good show.
Yeah.
Y'all, if y'all haven't seen, if that Matt Murdock appearance was your first time seeing this new Daredevil in the MCU, do yourselves a favor, go watch Daredevil. It is, if you if you didn't see Defenders, if that was like, who, like, if you're like my mother, who's that? Go watch Daredevil, because man, it do yourselves a favor. It's a phenomenal show, and Charlie Cox is that guy.
You got a lot to watch.
So Matt Murdock, basically the Department of Damage Control has, they interrogate everybody, but they release them without charge, because they got Matt Murdock is going to help them out, clear their name. And they have this fun little moment where, like, I think he's talking to Happy. Happy's like, no, it's okay. I know a lawyer. I'll be all right. Matt Murdock looks at me. He's like, you need a good lawyer.
Right.
Trust me. And then fucking Brick comes through the door, but before Peter can catch it, fucking Murdoch fucking backhands that shit. Everybody's like, how'd you do that? I'm a really good lawyer.
Like I said, I'm a really good lawyer.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So great. They're all cleared. Everybody wants to try to get an MIT. That's the goal. Mr. Stark, put that in Peter's head. Mr. Stark said Mr. Stark went to MIT, so I think if I can get an MIT, and then me and MJ and Ned, we all get an MIT, and we can stay together. Yeah, that's my Tom Holland doing a Queen's accent. It's probably not very good, but whatever. Mr. Stark. So they're trying to get an MIT, but can't get an MIT because their names are kind of not great.
No, they're a little popular at the moment.
They got some controversy attached to their names because they know Spider-Man. Yeah. And they're writing about him in the papers. They think that Peter is hypnotizing MJ using his spider powers. all that good stuff. So yeah, they can't live their regular lives, Justin. And Peter feels bad about that. Now, there's this little montage of just school after school with Peter. It was like, did you get in? No. This one? No. MIT's supposed to be the one, and he's sitting in a cafe, and everybody got their MIT letters, and
nobody's made it.
No one gets an MIT due to someone gets an MIT.
Yeah,
a Flash.
Also, with him like bleaching his hair and everything.
I wrote a book called Flashpoint about being Spider-Man's best friend. Like, bruh,
it's like, how douche can you get? I just
this dude here, man.
They really.
There's your Venom, man. There's your next Venom.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
No.
Topher Grace to that dude. Why not?
No, because no. I don't think that. I mean, the guy's cool at being a greaseball douche, but I don't see him.
It's all for show. We know what he's really like. We all saw that scene. Could Mother not make it? Like, no. Like, oh. Like, yeah. So Flash is dealing with, he's got his own issues, but he gets an MIT. He has this whole like, hey y'all, we made it. None of y'all? Oh, all right. Well, I'm going to this mixer, so I'll see y'all.
Right.
Sorry and shit. Guess y'all can just be sad.
You guys didn't get in? No. Why didn't you guys get in? Because we are actually Peter Parker's friends.
Right.
Or we are actually Spider-Man's friends. Yeah, that was hilarious. But after that, they're sitting around and he's got that idea in his head once he sees the Halloween lights that still have not been taken down. And it's Christmas time.
Well, because if someone takes him down, then he can't get the You need the connective tissue. He can't. He does. How's he going to think of Doctor Strange if he doesn't see those
Especially
lights?
when they look like Doctor Strange.
Especially when they
wearing the
look
wizard
exactly like Doctor Strange. They look like a what
hat.
if
Just with
variant
the wizard
of Doctor
hat.
Strange.
I mean,
Yeah.
right, exactly.
So yeah, so Peter looks up, gets inspiration. So Peter travels to the good old Sanctum Sanctorum, and we finally
is
get
true.
the answer to that age-old question: why is it snowing in your man's crib?
Somebody left the window open on the doors to
Somebody left a window open, and Wong is not happy about it.
those special little doors or windows
Yes.
that you turn a knob and you can go wherever
It
the hell
took me
you
a minute
want.
to remember
And,
what exactly he was talking about.
Right.
And then I was like, well, why would somebody, you can't just leave a sling ring portal open. Then I had to remember, oh yeah, there's the end of the hallway. You had those windows that like, because they left one person in like a desert, like they kicked him into the desert and then flipped the shit and they were stuck out there. And I was like, oh yeah. Yeah. So somebody left one of those doors open in Siberia. Good old blizzard blew through there.
Yep.
That's why it's snowing in your man's crib. So I was happy to figure that out because I was so confused.
Now, I could be wrong, but they do use magic, right?
Who?
Doctor Strange and Wong and everybody else that resides in that area.
Yeah.
So there's nothing they can do about getting rid of the snow. It's just stuck there.
Can we
Permanent.
just admit right now that Dr. Stephen Strange, probably not the best at casting spells. You know, he's the dude that like went straight to the advanced. Like he skipped the basic tutorial. Like he's the dude that like, you never played a video game before. Do you want to learn how to play? Nah, fuck it. What level you playing on? Extra hard. Like he's that dude. So he's gonna figure it out. He's gonna fuck up a lot.
Right.
I mean, like we go in there and the first thing we find out he's not even the Sorcerer Supreme. Wong is.
No, because of the snap. Everybody keeps calling it the fucking blip.
It's
but
such a
because of the
dumb
snap-
name. That's why. I don't like it.
I know.
Sorry.
Yeah, but the snap, because I'm going to keep on.
Snap is cool.
Because he was gone for 5 years, it seems Wong moved up in place.
Yeah.
So he is the Sorcerer Supreme.
Hey, man. Yeah, you know, it's
Wong.
like...
Dig it. Which, here's my thing, is that inevitably...
Seniority matters, man, sometimes.
Yeah, but inevitably, Doctor Strange becomes the Sorcerer Supreme. It's in the fucking comic
it's in the
books.
comics.
It's a part
It's
of...
in What If.
It's part of the...
It's
Right.
in the trailer, because hey, everybody. That Strange trailer they just put out, it's at the end of the movie.
So, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So
my
we
thing
see Sorcerer Supreme Strange there because that's the dude who's turning around going, I got out of hand or whatever fucking that. I'm like, oh, that's the dude who's trapped in the crystal.
Does this mean they're killing Wong so that way Strange becomes
I think
Sorcerer
that they're
Supreme?
going to endanger Wong. I think Chiwetel Ejiofor is going to show up and something's going to all bad kind of happen with that. And yeah, I think Wong's either going to be put in danger or something where they're going to have to, I don't think they'll kill him, but you're going to be maybe made to believe that he's in danger.
It depends on his contract.
It also depends on his contract, yes. I don't know how many movies he's signed up to do.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it almost looks like, we'll get it as we're going along, but it almost looks like they're setting up Ned to be a new Sorcerer Supreme because, like, you know, Benedict Cumberbatch and Benedict Wong can't do these movies forever. So if this all is like, hey, we're getting ready for the next generation or whatever, you know, we'll talk about it as we get there. But, you know, dude can handle a sling ring. The fucking cape saves him. Like, they're
Right.
Ned's becoming important. So could be.
Right.
Because even there's that cool moment where he's just like, you opened up a portal? Huh. And then they,
Right.
where even Strange is like, huh, okay. Takes note of that. So yeah, they're gonna set Ned up for something. So yeah, he kind of shows up and he's just like, how can I help you? He's like, yeah, well, you know, I'm sure you heard. I'm sure you heard the
Right.
news. So you know how everybody kind of knows who I am? Yeah. Can we make it so that nobody knows who I am? Wong goes to him, is like, hey, doing that will go between fucking the realities. You'll fuck some shit up.
Well, we've used it a couple of times. Remember
Yeah.
that party that we had in Comitage? And he's like, no, exactly. So
And of course,
that was
Wong,
cool.
you know,
I thought that was good, and it was different from the trailer.
You're right.
You know, that portion of the trailer was different. So I'm wondering if they did those were the reshoots because people were like going, like Doctor Strange winking at him, going like, "Oh, don't worry, I won't cast a spell." And then he looks at him and is like, "Yeah, I'm going to cast a spell. Don't worry about it." Like if he was still Sorcerer Supreme at that point, it just meant that he was defying basically his boss.
Right.
Going like, "Oh yeah, no, boss, don't worry about it. I won't do it." Hey, guess what? We're going to do it.
right.
So I think maybe the audience, if they did a screening, might have said, "Yeah, we don't like that," and that might have been the thing they changed.
Could be.
Or it could have been that they just filmed it a couple of different ways, so that way they can release a trailer, and then in the movie you're seeing something.
That's what I think.
Which
I think they just shot it a couple different ways and just said, yeah, some of these we're going to, I mean, because I wouldn't be surprised at this point if they are just shooting it multiple ways for the actors and not even the actors know which ones they're going to use, where it's like they don't know until they see kind of a finished product of it and be like, oh shit, because they're still trying to keep a lot of things under wraps. It's like The Walking Dead, where when Negan shows up, they filmed a death scene for everyone because they wanted everyone to believe that he could be killing any one of the main of those characters. And then
did they really do that?
oh yeah, the cast didn't know, so they thought when Negan shows up. So we all know that. Well, if you don't know now, spoilers. If Walking Dead, fucking Negan kills Glenn in one of the most fucking brutal deaths you'll ever see on
Fucking
on
scene
TV.
was heart wrenching, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean it
sucks.
it sucked watching it. It sucks. It sucks harder in the comics, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it plays out a little different as most things do in the comic Walking Dead, but the brutality and kind of the things they say in that moment, they keep almost word for word, page for page, because they want you to make sure that this hurts. But yeah, filming that, they had everybody filmed a scene where Negan killed everybody. So like they filmed him hitting Rick, they filmed him hitting Michonne, they filmed him hitting Glenn, everybody up there, and they didn't tell any of the actors pretty much till like final day of shooting, or like pretty much till they were going to air it, like which one they were going to use and how the story was going to progress. Which, if you read the comics, you knew what was going to happen. But if you didn't, then it was definitely like a shocker. So
Right.
So yeah, I think that they could film a couple different things. You just go like, which one are you going to use? Like, yep, we have everything we need. Which one is it? We have everything we need. We will let you know.
Right.
So that way you can't say anything, especially on a Spider-Man movie, because you got little Tommy Holland running around, and well, he tend to talk a lot.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of a good thing hooked up with Zendaya, because Zendaya just when Zendaya tell you shut the fuck up, you hey Tom.
Yeah, I
Tom.
bet Benedict Cumberbatch
Tom.
was like, "Thank you,
Tom.
thank you.
Yeah.
I don't have to be his
shut the fuck
muzzle."
up. Right, you don't have to send Benedict with him just to be like,
Right.
No, don't. Yeah, Zendaya just give him a look like, hey Tom, shut the fuck up. So Peter like, hey man, so here's the thing. I understand my life getting jacked up, but now like everybody's life is getting jacked up. People don't deserve having their lives jacked up because they know me. So could we maybe do the spell to make it, so nobody remembers? And Doctor Strange like, yeah, let's go to the basement. I got you. Yeah. We save the world together. You can call me Steven. Okay, Steven. Feels weird.
Yeah, basically what you get in the trailer is what you get in that scene. It's just a little bit,
Right.
more extended. He ends up saying like, oh, wait a minute, MJ needs to be able to know. Oh, my Aunt May, and then he keeps on changing it, and it's like he keeps on, it's like, all right, we're gonna do this again. We're gonna do this again. And
Yeah, he's whipping the spell out, and it's in a perfect little spiral, and then he's like, oh wait, no, MJ should still know. It's like, okay, great, gotta put another fucking spiral, and it's like, oh no, wait,
Right.
and he's like, oh, fine, gotta whip another spiral out there, and every spiral just is kind of corrupting the spell.
And then the big boom happens. He then ends up explaining, okay, that whole thing, that spell was way out of control. Everything that we just saw, it was about to pretty much tear up everything. So I had to contain the spell in this, what looks like the same type of...
Little crystal thing that we saw in What
the
If.
same crystal thing you see in What If.
Mm-hmm.
That type of thing. So, he ends up keeping it in there, a little crystal orb.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I'm going to do what I can to get rid of all this. But that was a botched spell.
Yeah.
Sorry that even after you called them and tried to explain to them, they still denied you.
Well, I didn't call. Wait, what?
Like, wait a minute. I love that. It's like you didn't even try to see if they would say yes. Didn't even try to change their mind before you had me cast a spell
Right.
to make everyone forget
Right.
the entire world, and you didn't even try. That was like, yeah, that was
Get
that
out.
one little moment. Like, yeah,
kicks him out of the fucking stage.
when he's like, and he's like, it's like, but Stephen, he's like, call me sir.
Right. Call me sir. Yeah, you've lost your Stephen privileges.
Yep. It wasn't a packed theater for me. Like
I'm
I said.
surprised
it was
he didn't-
560
I'm surprised he
theater,
didn't-
And then it was like 40 people, but all 40 of those people, right when he said, "Call me sir," I could just hear everybody go, "Ooh, shit."
Yeah.
Like, oh, damn.
I'm surprised you didn't make him say, call me doctor. Fucking, that's
Right.
doctor to you. Fucking
It's Doctor Sir.
doctor, sir. Strange name.
Yep.
Yeah, so he's got to go try to find a lady from MIT. He's
Right.
like, all right, well, I'm just going to fucking go and have a conversation.
Where he then swings onto the bridge that we also see in the trailer. Which, right when he swings onto the bridge and everything, I went, I started sitting up in the seat. I'm like, here we go.
Oh, you
Because
and
it is
you
basically the introduction.
and you could feel it in the room.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's that here we go moment.
Right.
You're about to get that first big reveal.
Right. And there's,
And boy, we are not disappointed.
yeah, there's certain parts of that type of stuff when it comes to trailers that I do like. Because, like you said, you could feel the whole, room. You could feel everybody kind of going like, here we go. It's like, get ready, strap in, the ride's about to begin. You know that Doc Octopus is about to show up. Doc Ock. Octopus Puss Man, here he comes. He's about to do his thing, and it was cool to see him again. They did a great job with the de-aging. When I first saw that shot that they have in the trailers and everything, I went, oh no, it's going to look a little fake. This is going to look a little fake, the whole movie. But boy, it did not. You just forget. You forget that they completely did the de-aging on Alfred Molina and even on Willem Dafoe, who was also introduced after the big fight between Doc Ock, where Doc is finding out, that this Peter Parker is not the same Peter Parker, but then also taking the nanotech from Peter's suit and integrating it into his own arms. Which, at first, he's like, nah, I've got the advantage now. But it really fucked him over at that point because you're dealing with a different Peter Parker than you've seen in previous movies. Definitely a different Peter Parker than this guy is thinking of. Because immediately he just used A, his brain, and B, his tech to override the arms with his suit. And I loved that. Where it was just like, he's like waving his arm, and then one of the other tentacle arms is moving. And he's like, wait a minute, stop that.
Yeah.
Stop. Just, no, I should be in control here. And he's
Listen
like,
to
nope.
me.
So, yeah, exactly. That was all pretty cool. And he saves the woman in the car with the arms, which was cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then after he saves her and gains control of Doc Ock, all of a sudden you hear a laugh and a pumpkin
my
ball
Lord.
falls to the ground. And then here he comes.
Here he comes.
Reintroduction of the Green
In
Goblin,
that
played
same
by Willem Dafoe.
Big ass helmet, and at first you're just like, yeah, okay, that's fine.
Right. But, I mean...
But they
It
rectify that
does
very
change.
quickly.
Yeah, they do
Very
yeah.
quickly.
As he's coming down at Peter, and he's about to probably just run into him with big old blades and start fighting him. Peter and Doc have been quickly sling ringed into the sanctum,
Yep.
at least below it, and we are then given the information that spell went wrong. Everybody's coming in. Everybody and any villains and bad guys that knew you are coming in.
Yeah, everybody from every part of the multiverse who knows Peter Parker is Spider-Man is coming through, which leads to
Plot hole?
one of my little my first and probably only kind of thing where it's like, okay, if everyone that knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man is coming through, why is Electro coming
Thank you.
through? Because I don't know if he knew that Peter Parker was Spider-Man.
He didn't. Why'd Venom come through then? So there are some plot holes.
Well, because so you can probably do the whole the symbiote knows there's that whole thing. I have a host of fucking symbiote knowledge that would rip your fucking brain apart. You could make a random argument that says the symbiote would recognize that. I guess that's maybe, I don't know. But yeah, there's the Electro one was a little confusing. I was like, wait, I don't get it.
Yeah, but Venom came from a universe where there wasn't even any Avengers,
Hey, man.
Spider-Man, nothing.
Chop it up to connective tissue, and Sony going, no, he has to be in the movie. That's like when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay. Sony said he had to be in the movie. Like that's that's what that cutscene to me was, is like Sony going, fine, you can make another Spider-Man. That's great, but our Venom has to show up. And you have to leave it to where, yeah, our character is still going to be out there somewhere. It's like, yeah, that's what that felt like to me. Because why do all that just to be like, oh, nope, we're going to bamf him back. If not to be like, nope, Tom, our Venom has to show up in this movie somewhere. That's what that felt like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's really what that felt like. Because that didn't have to be your cutscene. You could have taken a clip from Multiverse of Madness. That could have been your cutscene. And then, like, you could have had Tom Hardy watching that in a random bar at some point and then just having that happen. That could have been like, that didn't have to be a cutscene. That could have been something random. That was like, we should pay attention to that. But I felt like Disney went fine,
we'll get
since
back
he
to
has to
why
be in the
they-
movie. Here, we got a little spot for him. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, I mean, we'll explain that at the end, because I have this feeling that they might be just like, oh yeah, no, we'll use them. Don't worry. But we'll explain that. So, Doc Strange ends up pretty much telling Peter and the audience that everybody's coming through.
Yeah, I caught
and
one already.
We need to, yeah.
We look
basically.
over and he's already found Kirk Connors, and Lizard's just chilling in this box like, hey, yeah, here I am. He got me.
Right. So you have
Holy shit. The lizard thing could
Connors
talk?
and
Yeah.
now Doc Ock.
I didn't know the lizard thing could
Right.
talk. Yeah, so he's like, yeah, things are coming through. You know that spell you botched? You know that shit you did? Yeah, now shit's all fucked up because of the shit you did. So you got visitors coming through.
And you have to go and get him.
Yeah, you gotta go. Y'all gotta Scooby-Doo that shit. I need you to fucking handle some shit. And
Right.
Zendaya drops one of my favorite lines. I mean, it's in the trailer, but she drops one of my favorite lines in the whole movie. It's just like, I know some magic words too. One of them is please. Oh man.
So good.
Yeah.
So
And both Ned and Tom Holland kind of look back at Strange like,
What's your response, sir?
yeah.
Because we're
She
not
just
getting in
gives
the
this
middle of
little-
this. Like,
She just gives this little grin like, I mean, yeah, say please.
yeah. I'm not telling her not to say that. You do that.
Please, Scooby-Doo this shit. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Norman, still talking to himself, still having a conversation with that helmet.
Yeah, he seemed pretty panicked, and at that
He's
point,
tripping in an alley like, where, what the fuck?
and he decides to stop listening to his voice.
He
And-
decides to break that goddamn helmet. He goes, you know what? I don't need you anymore. And he Kylo Ren's that shit.
Sure does.
And he cracks it, and you can still hear the thing fucking laughing as he's fucking running away. So
And you can hear the sigh of relief from everybody, as if a thousand voices cried out in joy, and were never silenced, because we're all still talking about it at this point.
sure,
Thank God. And Kevin Feige, they smashed that damn helmet. Because that is just, what a waste to take somebody who can fucking stretch their face the way they do and
Yeah.
just look menacing, and all of a sudden put a helmet on him and
yeah,
say, now he's scary.
yeah.
No. So, yeah, helmet no more.
Helmet no more.
And it seems Green Goblin no more.
I'm the guy sitting in the back of the theater going, Kylo Ren pieced that shit back together.
Right.
So, I don't know. Maybe he just keeps part of the eyes and makes new goggles or something. I don't know. But, I was happy to see that was not the case. But yeah, Strange has come up with this little thing here. He's like, hey, I have this box. So he pressed this box, and first he's like, yeah, you got to go find the other fucking visitors, and they do. They end up finding them. They run into Electro and Sandman.
Yes, which was really kind of cool.
Yeah, we saw that one scene where we now know the answer to the question. When we were talking about the trailer, you're like, I wonder what that thing is around his arm, and it looks like Electro's being formed in the background. What we see is his spider sense going off,
right?
And he's preparing to that. What that is on his arm is this thing where he zaps somebody with it, and poof, they appear in a little box in the Sanctum Sanctorum. They appear in a little prison.
All thanks to Doctor Strange. He kind of upgraded his armband, his bracer, whatever it is, turned it into a magic sling ring.
Yes.
Thwip, rope.
Yes.
Extender, shooty thingy.
Yes.
Yes.
All the technical terms for it.
I'm good with that.
Sling ring thing. Get the sling ring thing. Ooh, that sounds like something you order at the Chinatown.
Slang ring thing?
Can I get the supreme pizza with the slang ring thing? Yeah.
Spicy spaghetti. Some kind of fiery spaghetti. Slang ring thing.
The slang ring thing. Dig it. I was thinking onion rings for some reason. I don't know why.
That works.
Can I get a side of the slang ring things? And they give you some onion rings. Slide across the table to you. Did you catch the pizza? No. Well, then you can't have the slang ring.
Right.
Damn it! It was hot.
Onion rings are for winners.
Oh, Jesus. We're gonna fucking, I'm gonna make someone try to catch a pizza being thrown through a goddamn ring of fire before I die, bro. This is gonna happen.
It's gonna happen at Chantam's.
Oh, it's hot. Hey, motherfucker, see you catch a pizza, you gotta get pizza. I want pizza.
Oh, man.
Throw it. Do I get to light the fire? Ooh.
No, we're doing that right now. Damn lighter. Can you give me a different lighter? Give me a different lighter.
Local Chantams caught fire today.
Well, I tell you, they say I try to catch a pizza, and they lit the ring on fire. I said, fight the fire. I'll catch a pizza. And it was all bad. I didn't even get my sling ring thing.
And now for the news. Local Chantam caught fire today after the Supreme Pizza incident went awry.
I was there, and the ring of fire was huge. And then when the pizza flung through, it knocked the ring of fire over, and then it landed on this small child. He went running around the room, and it just lit everything on fire at that point. I mean, God, it was a show. It was a show. I didn't know what to do. I thought, is this part of like the experience? Is this part of the Chantam experience? And oh man, I'll definitely come back. I'll definitely come back if they rebuild.
Perfect.
So Electro is forming behind him, and he pops up, and then they kind of start to have a little fight, and then Sandman comes and like helps out, because when Sandman left things, he and Peter Parker were on pretty good terms.
Yes.
So he is like, oh, this dude's attacking. How can I help? Shit, I don't want that. Boom, here I am.
Right.
I'll help.
He kind of, I think he explains to him too. It's like, yo, I'm not your Spider-Man, but I still need your help. He's like, I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but whatever. Peter Parker's in trouble. I'm going to help.
Right.
That's basically what he, Yeah. Right. So, but, so they fucking get both of them. So now they're trapped in the box, and
a lot of stuff happens in between the sound effects that he just provided and then them being trapped in the box.
Yes.
But yeah, that's basically what happens. It's a lot of stuff.
It's a lot of stuff. It's it's some good good action scenes.
If you haven't seen it, and you haven't seen it, you shouldn't be listening to this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're back. They're all in there.
Yeah. So
everybody, actually, at that point, everybody's in there that they need to have in there.
Everybody's including including a very dangerous tree.
Right.
Just tree, bro.
Just tree, bro. Yeah.
Just tree.
And that scene leads into what, Peter Parker going to the soup kitchen.
He goes to feast.
That May, yes, that May's working at.
Yeah.
Due to the fact that, the one of those guys that you're looking for has showed up here. So get down here,
Right.
Peter, and he does. And
Where's me? He
Right.
runs in super. And the thing that's crazy is he's accepted that everybody knows now. So he dumps in the feast, just takes off the mask. Where's me? Like,
Right.
So he's just like, yeah, people know him. So whatever the fuck.
yeah,
And by the way, good on Marvel to figure out a way like, hey, so this Tom Holland kid, he's actually pretty attractive. Can we show more of his face? And like, well, yeah, everybody knows who he is now. So why wear the mask and run around? Like, oh, true. Yeah. So
Yeah.
there you go. Very smart.
Yep.
But yeah, he bamps to the back and fucking Norman's there.
yeah.
You know, Green Goblin himself.
I would say more Norman than Green Goblin, because this guy is basically just panicking and wants to know where his son is and doesn't understand, is now being explained that he's not in his own world. But before that, he just wanted to go home and find his kid.
I always thought it was more of my thinking in the theater, especially after it comes back, I almost thought it was the evil persona fully taking over, just portraying a meek Norman Osborn to get what he's doing here, because we're almost led to believe that like he, you know, is like, I'm gonna smash you, I'm smashing, I'm done with you, but we still hear the laugh, and it's like, so
Right.
it could have just been Norman at that point, but I just think it was the Green Goblin being Norman to try to get close to this Spider-Man and shit, you know.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you know, but yeah, he's there, and yeah, he's, you know, I go home, and my home is not my home, and my building is not my building, and you know, you get to see Willem get some acting going, try to, you know,
Yeah.
my building is, there's not a different name on it, and
Just to ham it up.
my home is someone's living there. My son was, I don't know where I am. What do I do? I need help. Please, I need help. It's just, you know, it's like, well, shit. Fine.
Right.
Fucking, and Aunt May's like, well, you gotta help him. That's what you do.
Right. And he's over there stealing donuts. Just taking the donuts and keeps putting them in his pocket,
took
like
two.
looking at
He
them
fucking-
talking. Yeah. Yeah. I love it.
I wonder if that was written or if that was just Willem just fucking, he
Oh,
just
dude,
went for
I
it.
hope that was improv.
I hope that
I
was
hope that,
improv
yeah.
too, because yeah, that
It was just
according to
one of
Jamie Foxx, Willem Dafoe, very funny.
those- Yep.
Very funny guy. Jamie Foxx said that it's been a while since he's been starstruck, but he said when he's working with Willem, and he said he even had a thing where like when Willem would come on set, every day I see him, I bow to him about 6 or 7 times and just let him know like I respect you and all that. But he said Willem Dafoe had him on the floor, cracking up. Very funny dude. So
Awesome.
yeah, I could see Willem just sneak some of these donuts and shit. Fucking.
Right.
Another thing too, like, you know, that was Green Goblin. Another thing where I'm like, okay, it's fucking super hard for a moment, but he's still just like, well, let me, like, clearly he doesn't have to steal the donuts.
Well, the man's hungry. He's been running around all
Sure,
day. It's
but
not
he's
like
in a place where they help homeless, so I'm pretty sure he just puts his hand. Hey, you don't mind if I have one of these donuts? But nah, he waits and he steals them. So it's like, okay, he's still there. That's just how I interpreted it. Because in that moment, it's like, well, yeah, you just fucking put out a whole sob story. Fucking the least they can do is give you a donut. You don't have to steal those.
Right.
What's the thing I think of Trading Places where Eddie, they're walking Eddie through and he's just pocketing shit and he's just like,
oh yeah,
these
this is
are
lovely. I
your
love it. I
things.
love it. This is beautiful. Just
These
keep-
are you'll only be
Right.
stealing from yourself.
Yes, of course. Right. This is all mine. All this is mine. This is like this right here is mine. Still taking shit.
Oh, so this base is mine, right? So I can do whatever I want with that. So I want to go home Globetrotter. Oh shit.
I'm sorry about that.
Actually, I think you made us some money on that. Oh, y'all want to break something else? No.
All three of them at the same time. No.
All three of them saying no for different reasons, I think.
Everybody, you should watch Trading Places if you haven't seen it.
Bruh, if they're ever, like, I don't need a whole movie. I don't need a sequel. I just need, like, a short.
Yeah.
What they're doing now and shit. Dan Aykroyd's still around. Jamie Lee Curtis still around. Eddie's still around. Like, everybody's still around. Like, it's just a short of what happened. Hell, if you're still going off the whole, like, universe where Coming to America, that whole thing still exists, then, because they're apparently they're in the same universe. just have the money that Hakeem gave to the dudes. They got their shit back. Now their sons run it, and the sons fucking find out that fucking these dudes swindled their pops and blah blah. They want to get back at them. It could be a whole thing. Like,
Yeah.
I could see a Trading Places sequel happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because I mean, if Dan Aykroyd's still that dude, like, I don't know if he still wants to be that super like silly comedic dude, which he probably can be, but I would love to see him and Eddie just fucking trading scenes again. That shit was so great.
That would be cool. I know Dan Aykroyd right now is really into, as he's always been, but UFOs, ghosts, and vodka.
I was gonna say,
I don't know. That can change somebody's mind, especially the vodka, when it comes to your personality and what you want to do. Especially if you're well set, rich, and you sell vodka. I don't know. He might. He might. He looked. He looked pretty. He looked pretty comfy when he was doing his interviews on late night shows and everything.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you have Winthorpe, who fucking was already a kid of privilege. You know what I'm saying? Right. Felt like he got over on these dudes and was chilling. Like, yeah, I could see he looks exactly like Winthorpe would look.
There you go.
Comfortable, fucking. Even Jamie Lee Curtis, she's looking, she looks like she could, they look like they could have settled into a nice, comfy fucking, like, yeah, we took this money and whatever's. And then, like, you can have Eddie just be like, hey, man, the son's trying to do some shit, man. Let's fucking get back at these motherfuckers.
Right.
Eggnog, so.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, this movie that does not have Dan Aykroyd or Eddie Murphy in it.
What are we talking about?
Spider-Man. Basically, we can just pretty much get to the part where.
Oh,
so I did really quick. I did think it was cool where the villains were in.
Wait a minute.
I did think it was cool.
Helicopter.
Oh, yeah. It's about time.
Chopper.
Can't wait for that. Can't wait for that first plane. Bring on that plane.
Oh, we've had a couple of planes.
All right, cool. Pretty much Strange is like, hey, so I've devised. Oh, well, this is what I was going to say. I did think it was very cool that the villains had this whole like, whoa, like what the moment they realized that, oh, they were brought here the moment before they were killed by Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had him by the throat and I was here. And it's like, yeah, I just fell and I was getting all my powers and I was here. So they realize that they all get killed by Spider-Man. Peter overhears this, and Strange is like, oh, okay. Because they eventually zap Norman into the box and shit. Like, so they have everyone. Everyone's all together.
Yes.
Strange is like, so I devised this box. I got a little Mises box here. That would remind me of. Got a little Mises box here. This Mises box is going to put everybody back into their timeline right at the moment that they got snatched. And Peter's like, but that means that they're going to get killed by Spider-Man if we send them back. And Strange is like, well, that's their destiny. That's what needs to happen. And Peter's like, nah, because can't we just cure them, then send them back so that maybe when they go back, they're not so bad and they'll be okay? And Strange is like, nah, I'd way rather do it this way. Spider-Man not trying to hear that. So Spider-Man tries to take the Mises box.
Wait a minute, though. Even if they cure them, would they still be going back to the moment of their death?
Hey, man, that's just another one of those like little things that you're not supposed to talk about that at that exact moment. I mean, hell, the Electro doesn't even know who Peter Parker is. So it's we're past certain things at this point. Because that's the same thing I thought. And it was like, well, if they get zapped right back, then what's going to happen? Like, it's still is, I mean, especially with Electro, like he's going to like, yeah, Electro's going to die anyway. Like, yeah, I mean, other than Octavia, I don't see who that helps. I mean, because when he goes back to the moment,
help Octavius. He's like being dragged down to the frickin' bottom.
Well,
because
it said because what Otto said is that he had him by the throat and then he got zapped, so he was still talking to Peter at that point. So if he's
okay, but
so if he goes
had
back
him by the throat, but that's the thing, the arms were in control, and the moment that he had him by the throat, he became Octavius again. So
that's what he's thinking. He's thinking like fix him, then send him back, so that when in the moment he goes back, if he's somebody different, maybe he's already in control because he's the same person. So that's why he comes in and the arms are in control, because the arms were in control. He wants to fix them, then send them back.
Right. But the thing is, I don't think that he would remember, due to the fact that the arms were the ones that were in control, not Octavius. So the moment that Octavius became in control and then started bringing down the sun machine that he created, and then starts bringing it into the river, that's all Octavius. That's not the arms. So he wouldn't remember all of that due to the fact that he stopped being Doc Ock once the arms were not in control anymore.
Well, does he not? He remember? Doesn't he? Does he retain memory? He's just really not running the ship. Really, that moment isn't that kind of what it is, or does he totally does he totally black out when the arms are in control?
I think that when the arms are in control, it's just those evil arms.
Oh, because I always think it's kind of like he's a passenger, like he's there, he just can't, not really shit he can do about it because he's not in control. It's kind of like when Hulk's around, Banner's there. He's got certain blank spots, but he's still there. He's just not in control. That's what I always thought it was kind of like. But and I'd also have to watch that second Spider-Man again and see how that scene plays out. But anyway, yeah, that was something to kind of like, yeah, would it really help if you fixed them and then sent them right back to that moment? Because at first, it definitely wouldn't have worked for everyone. So he tries to take the Mises box, and then we get this really interesting chase through the mirror dimension,
which was really cool.
First, we get these really cool things where Spider-Man thinks he's just going to thwip away against a dude who can create portals. So that's, he's just thwipping from one portal right back into another one. Strange, like, where you going?
Yeah.
Where you going? And then Strange has to fucking
do the knocking his consciousness out of his body.
I'm going to knock you out of your body.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it does not work. That is a total backfire, because turns out that Peter Tingle is pretty much what's made of that's his like astral self or something. So
the body, it's like Peter's out of the body, but the body still has the spider
sense. Did you
sense.
peep? You can see the spider sense lines coming from his head when he was in his astral form. Did you peep that?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So like when he's in his astral form, you see these small, you see the little squiggly lines, kind of. It's very slight. It's very subtle, but it was there.
That's cool.
Yes, very cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Because I was kind of paying attention to that when he was like, oh, so this is kind of neat. And I was like, wait, is that his? And I looked and I'm pretty sure I was not projecting. I don't think I saw what I wanted to see. Because I think it was real subtle, but I think you can see it like squiggly lines for his spider sense when he's in that astral form. Right. But yeah, Strange can't take the box from him. That doesn't work.
Right.
So Strange's like, well, plan B. Everything works in the mirror dimension. Unless you're going up against a mathematical genius.
So, yeah, it turns out that it's just, what did he say? It was just
simple geometry. One of the two. Yeah, it's just simple geometry.
Yep.
Just have to put this together, and I can flip. Ooh, stranger stuff.
Yes.
Stranger like, the hell?
That's what I always say. Magic ain't nothing compared to math. Or whatever.
No.
Something about math being better than magic.
Which, sure.
Yeah. Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
No offense to any mathematicians who love math, but sure. Yeah. You riddle me. Okay. You, in all schools right now, you put a math class, you put a magician class. Go. We'll see which class is more popular every year. If you think people like magic over math or math over magic, I'm just saying.
Depends on the person, man.
Watch that magician class just be fucking the lines out the door.
There's some
special guest teachers and shit, other magicians. Like, come on, what are you doing?
Tons of math fans that were applauding at that scene.
So. Oh, don't I know? There's going to be someone. How you can defeat the mirror dimension using only math. And it's like, that is not going to work. That worked one time. You think Doctor Strange is really going to one time. Oh, okay. There's a weakness. We're not going to do this again. Right. They're going to figure it out, man. There was that one cool shot where it's like he opens up a portal upon portal upon portal, so you see like Spider-Man in a portal,
Just
looking at
constantly
Spider-Man in a
falling,
portal,
yeah.
looking at Spider-Man in a portal. Like that was some really good stuff going on. You see the trains, all the mirror dimension stuff that you saw in Doctor Strange. Like it all pops up here. They pull out all the stops. But yeah, he traps him in the mirror dimension and
Yeah, he gets the upper hand and takes the sling ring and goes, okay, gotta go.
takes his sling ring and his Mises box.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's when basically you get all of them saying, like, look, I'm going to help all of you. He gives them look, you can either go back and die, or I can try and help all of you. So that way, when you go back, you can be yourselves. And again, I was sitting there going, like, is the exact moment, like, we're going back to the exact moment? Because it still doesn't work for me. That aside, they then end up going to Happy's house. Now, we kind of glossed over the fact that they had to move to Happy's house due to the fact that everybody was just swarming May's apartment. So they were staying with Happy for a while. They ended up bringing all these villains back to Happy's house, to his apartment. And, just seeing that happen, it was had a very TV show vibe, like sitcom moment, to having like all these villains in one apartment. It's like the real world of Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
6 villains try to live together. How does it work? And blah, 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 blah. Next on MTV.
When villains stop being evil and start getting real.
See, there you go. That's what the line should be. Perfect. So, yeah, it just had that moment.
Happy's apartment looks like I think Happy's apartment was supposed to look like. I'm like, yep, that's definitely Happy's apartment. Got good old the one of the main returning characters from the MCU. They're from the first movie. Good old Mechanical Arm. Fucking
Yeah.
still around.
Right.
He made it. He has made it through all of it has made it.
Yeah, it's just
Through
one of those
all
where-
of this.
like when you're a buddy, passes away and they have a dog and you take that dog, it's like that's what Happy did for that.
That's that's a link to your guy. It's a link to your guy.
Yeah.
Get it. Totally get it. Yeah, man. Happy lost his guy. I don't think about that a lot, man. Like,
Yeah, no.
fucking Tony Stark was his guy.
Yeah.
That was his boy. It's rough, man. And then like I'm pretty sure there's a part of Happy that's like, man, I could drive, I could be head of security, but like, man, like I can't. I'm not in the front lines. Like I didn't like, he kicked some ass with Black Widow and all that, but like, it's not like he suited up and took on Thanos or any of that shit. So
Right.
like, he not only did he lost his guy, but he wasn't there when he lost his guy. Like, the last time he saw him was the last time he saw him, and he went and saved the world and shit. So, somebody's cutting onions.
It's all right, man. You gonna be all right?
I'm fine.
Cool.
I'm gonna power through it.
Dig it.
Power
here.
through the tears.
Just
Because
breathe
that's
in.
what Tony Stark would want. That's what Mr. Stark would want.
So
Or
we
he
get
just want us to throw us a big party and have an orgy, and I don't know. Tony was a party dude.
It's got a little awkward. So we have the fixing montage, the cure montage.
So the first thing that happens is they develop this nice little thing for, it's like, oh yeah, so your inhibitor chip got burned out. I can fix that. So that's the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and zip, get
Right.
you back working again, and fucking the voice.
because also Happy has the machine that basically I guess was in the plane in the last movie,
I think so. Yes.
and then
Yes.
that's the same thing that made his suit and
Yes.
the gadgets he needed. So it's the same thing that's now replicating the stuff that they need in order to, yeah,
Yes.
all that.
Yes.
So everybody's there, including May. May also drove everybody there.
Yeah.
And
May's there, and Doc's there, and everybody's there, and fucking they fix Otto, and
Lizard's down in a moving truck in front of the building.
yep, he's just chilling downstairs.
Be awkward to have Lizard come into the house.
Yes.
Hey, everybody.
Kind of remind me when they left Noah in the car, Suicide Squad.
Right.
The shark stayed in the car and shit. Yeah. But yeah, it comes time to go on ahead and hook up everybody else, and all of a sudden, Peter gets just this vibe.
Something's going on.
Peter like, huh? Peter kind of like sniffing the air, kind of like something not right.
This is after they also put the device on Electro, Jamie Foxx. Basically, it's
Oh, right, because that thing it's like slowly sucking up his.
the excess electricity.
It's like
just
when it
needs
gets
to-
when all the lights are fucking filled, then you're fucking done and shit.
It's like, I'm just going to pull all the electricity out of your body. Well, not all of it. Just,
He's like, I don't know if I want to give this up, man. I
Right.
kind of like what's going on, but fine. If this is what'll fix things, he's reluctant about it, but he gets it strapped on, and
right.
so that thing is counting down. So yeah, as this is going on, Peter looking around, and looking at May, and all of a sudden snaps to Goblin. Goblin like, yeah, I ain't doing this.
Right.
I'm not about this. I like being bad.
It's like, wait a minute, Norman. And he's like, nah, Norman's not here. Right
Yeah,
now.
Norman's soft.
Yeah.
Norman's not ready for what needs to be done. I thought he was. Yeah, Norman's lost it. I gotta take control now.
So we get to see him go full Green Goblin.
Goes full Green Goblin,
Which
like
is-
it is up to the point where he like there's a fight happening and he is maniacally laughing while getting punched, and it's
Right.
just like you're like, yes, this is why you don't put that dude in a helmet and do this shit, because look at that face, bruh. Like that is phenomenal.
What I loved was the fight that occurs while he is wearing a purple sweatsuit is what gives you more of the Green Goblin outfit that you know and love from the comic books. Because the arms start shredding away, the chest and everything starts shredding to the point where it's almost like the top piece hood that he had in the comic books, and then the legs start shredding to the point where all the armor's underneath, but the shredded up purple hoodie outfit is now giving you that look from the comic books, that same vibe. And it was I dug that because we don't need that outfit.
And you don't need to do anything. And you don't even need to do anything crazy like paint him green.
No, his face is crazy enough, and you
He's
accept
crazy.
it.
He looks the suit. He got a hood on, and he's just
Plain and simple.
Yep. It was perfect. It was perfect.
Yeah,
It was the Green Goblin we deserved.
right. Although I did just recently, and I was reminded of, I've seen it before, but the video of the behind the scenes of the options they had for Green Goblin,
Yeah.
the face, and I don't know if you've seen the
Nah.
full on like animatronic prosthetic face
Oh,
that they
no.
had, and this thing looked terrifying. Terrifying. Like just like the face,
Like
and
they were
the
gonna
eyes, and the,
make him like stretch him out, make him look like an actual evil elf or something.
he looked like a straight up evil fucking green elf. Yeah,
That's
it was.
what's up.
I'll find it for you and send it to you. It's if you know what I'm talking about, folks, watch it again, or if you don't, find it and watch it. It's an option that you kind of look at it now and still kind of go, that would have been really cool. Like that would have been really cool. But I think that it just went too far, or too far into the realm of like fantasy elf scary vibe, horror creature. I think they just went, oh, let's dial it back, make it real world. It's like, yeah, no problem. Guy gets bit by a spider. Now he's got powers, but don't make this guy over here too far out of the reality.
Yeah.
So
So Green Goblin, they get in a fight. He tells, he convinces Electro, like, hey man, be proud of who you are.
right, and
Take that thing off.
Doc Ock tries stopping him, and I like that. He's like, I liked you better before, man. Boom, blasts him through the fucking wall, and then after that, you just kind of get a shot of J. Jonah Jameson downstairs getting, all the, like, do we have this? Film it, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. And he ends up, you just see Dr. Octopus just leaving. It's like, fuck this, I'm out.
Right.
So he leaves. And then Blizzard breaks out.
Mm-hmm.
And then as all this is happening and Peter and Green Goblin are fighting, they're falling through floor to floor to floor, getting thrown out the window, all this different stuff.
It's a big fight.
Yeah.
It's a knockdown, drag out thing.
Yeah.
It's a video game fight.
Lizard gets involved with the fight too, and all this stuff happens to the point where it then gets to a kind of like a little bit of a standoff where Green Goblin's like, you don't get it. Well, fine, you'll get it, but you're going to lose somebody, and he throws the pumpkin bomb to try and kill Aunt May.
Not the first time.
Right. Right.
Not the first time.
Yep. And he
Throwing bombs at Aunt May is kind of what he does.
right, but he fails because Peter knocks it away, and that just kind of blows back Green Goblin, and he ends up taking off at that point.
But not before fucking
Yeah, he launched
his fucking scooter. Fucking
he launched the glider
yeah.
at Aunt May and knocked her 6 feet back. Or
Ooh, and Aunt May takes it like a champ, though.
Yeah, she
I
gets
will
up.
say that. She takes it like a champ. That thing hits her hard.
yeah,
And she gets up. And you're like, yeah, just let me catch my breath.
Right.
And then you realize, everybody get ready.
Yep.
You could feel the dread coming in the theater. Like the happiness was slowly being sucked out. With every second where it's just like, cause first she walking okay, then she not walking okay.
no, she started stumbling and saying, "I need to catch."
Then
my
she
breath."
starts
I
to
was like,
stumbling.
"Nah."
Then she's sitting down. You're like, oh, here it comes. You're like, all right. And then once the line is said, then that pretty much seals it. And what I've come to understand is she says, not with great power comes great responsibility, but with great power must also come great responsibility, from which I understand that is the exact quote the way Stan Lee wrote it. And they put that in there to honor him.
Oh,
To say the quote the right way. Because I guess with great power comes great responsibility was edited a little bit. So they put the original line for Aunt May for Stan Lee. And I think Steve Ditko for both of them. I think that's a shout out to both of them. But yeah. So that's why the line is different, but because it's the correct line.
right.
Yeah. So yeah, we get our quote unquote Uncle Ben death. It came later than we're used to, but I feel like that death has to come if you're Spider-Man.
Well, this one also had a little bit.
Whilst
more,
I was not surprised, it was just like, oh, right. This, in the moment, you're like, oh shit, yeah. But then it's like, oh, right. This has to happen in a movie where we're talking about, I thought it was really poignant in a movie where we're talking about people dying being their destiny.
Mm.
Sure enough, Aunt May has to die in Spider-Man's life because now it makes it easier to save the rest of the world.
Right.
Because what happens later. So,
Yep.
But yeah, we get the death of Aunt May.
And that
Heavy.
That sends Peter.
It's heavy in the
off
theater.
And like going, all right, I'm done. Because you could tell that he's.
I wanted to do one thing. I just wanted to protect one of the two people I just wanted to protect and be safe from all this is now gone. So it's like I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Like no one else is going to die because of this, so I'm not going to do this.
Right.
I'm done.
So meanwhile, at that point, MJ and Ned are at Ned's grandma's, and they all they want to do is they want
Just
to
sitting
see
talking,
Peter.
trying to figure shit out. Yeah,
they
like
wanna
don't know where Peter
yeah,
is.
They want to know
Trying to
where
figure
he
this
is.
out.
So
And Ned's wearing the ring, and I wish we could figure it out.
a little bit of a spark goes. Yeah. And
Oh, the fuck?
he realizes that if he waves his hand around, that he can open a portal possibly to find Peter. And
Yep.
he opens the portal, and you see Spider-Man off in the distance. And
Now, can I just say, this was probably one of the best set tables for an appearance ever. One of them. It's got to be one of the top 5 movie reveals of like, yeah, no grand entrance, no like, hey y'all, here he is. Just a real subtle like, oh, we're just trying to find Peter. Oh look, Spider-Man down the alley, and then just mask comes off. Theater just whoa!
right? Andrew Garfield, ladies and gentlemen, the man who's been denying it up to this point, every single interview. Give him a bonus.
Pew, 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 pew. The Amazing Spider-Man himself, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, these, that's, and the thirds.
Right,
Andrew Garfield shows up.
right. And
Oh,
that was great. That was great.
I didn't even know I was going to be happy to see him till I saw him.
Right?
Just whips the mask off, and he's got that hair and got that look, and you people, just, woo, 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 yeah. So, yeah, and we have this fun little like, prove your Spider-Man.
Right.
He just jumps up, crawl. Seriously?
And hanging there. I like the bread thing. It's like, why didn't you dodge a bread? It's like, well, because it's not. I don't have a sense for.
Out of a bread sense.
Yeah. Doesn't work when it comes to bread.
See, this is why everybody loves Andrew Garfield. Just off bat, just cracking jokes. Just he's that guy, man.
Mm-hmm.
And just my nana said, since you're up there, could you grab that spider web?
Right.
Yeah, okay.
I like how he puts the mask in his mouth.
Yeah.
takes it out there. You believe me now? And then I guess
Right.
it gets to that point where it's like, all right, well, we still need to find Peter.
Right.
And they try again.
And I tell you what, man, now the cat's out the bag in the theater. So it's like,
Yeah, well, at that point,
Now
I was just
it's
like,
like-
oh, please, come on,
right.
just bring him in.
so now the energy in the room, now it's your next, like, okay, here it comes moment. Cause you know it, everyone knows what's coming.
Yep.
The portals opens up, and the first kind of weirdness you get is you just see a dude dressed up. You see him, he steps out first, and you just see the outfit, and you're like, all right, because it's not a Spider-Man outfit. So you're like, okay. And then Toby comes into view. Let me tell you what, man. It's been a long time since I heard a theater clap and applaud and cheer.
Dude, see, I did.
Man.
I was the one guy clapping. Okay,
Man.
you know, like when you go to a movie and then there's just like one person that claps to certain shit, and you're kind of like, okay,
Yeah.
dude, you don't need to be clapping.
Yes.
I was that guy,
Yeah.
and I'm sitting there going, why the fuck else isn't anybody clapping? Like this is.
I feel sorry for you. That was yeah.
I would have
it was
loved
nice
to have that fucking.
it was
experience
nice to
again.
be in a full theater with excited, like-minded people. Because yeah, once Toby steps through that and you see his face, that theater, we all went nuts.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was a part. It was a party in that room when we saw it. And then also like it just the first time, even though it was a sad moment, and the first time you see Andrew and Toby silhouetted and they're looking down at Tom Holland, it was so good to be
Oh yeah, no, they're
in a theater with people watching that shit and just having the reactions, because it just from it, this is the point where it starts to get, this is what everybody talked about, the months, almost the years at this point of speculation, of talks, of rumor dodging, of this and that. Like it's here.
yeah,
We're finally at that moment. Yes, it's their they did it moment.
yeah.
This is it.
Yep.
This is it. You know, it's all the Spider-Man show at this point. Like it's pretty much what we can say is, you know, so now they're here and it's like, hey, we're trying to find Peter. Well, go find a place that would mean something to him. You know, for me, it was the Chrysler Building. For me, Empire State Building. A good view up there. But, and it's just,
Right.
it's, woo,
It was just
you're hearing
watching the two of
Spider-Man
them
talk
too,
to
just being
Spider-Man. You're like,
Spider-Man.
oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
And then
So- yeah.
you know, they go and find him.
They go and find him, and it's like, hey, you know, you have no idea what I'm going through. And it's like, man, I lost an Uncle Ben. I lost the love of my life. We know exactly what you're going through.
Right.
We're Spider-Man.
Yeah.
This is what Spider-Man goes through, you know?
Yeah. And I was getting very much into the Spider-Verse vibes from
Yes.
that scene. It's like, for me, it was my Uncle Benjamin, you know, and that
Yes.
type of stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Little live action Spider-Verse coming at you.
It just genuinely was.
Yeah.
From then on, you got that vibe. It was great because when it comes to those characters, it felt like a continuation. No matter what, even like when they're all three together, it felt like a continuation for Andrew Garfield. It felt like a continuation for Tobey Maguire, and it felt like the third movie for Tom Holland. So it just had that it was the next movie for all three of those movies, for all three of those characters. And I enjoyed that, especially since they didn't get into detail about everything else that they had done after in the in-between.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield being older and Tobey Maguire being older. They didn't talk about like, oh, well, you know, I fought all these characters and this person. It just kind of was like, it was left at like, oh, well, you know, I fought the Rhino dude. And I fought this, you know,
Yeah.
this black
fought-
gooey alien.
You
thing.
fought an alien? Oh,
Right.
I'm lame. Hey, listen to me.
fought a purple alien.
You're amazing, okay?
Yeah.
You're amazing. Like Toby just giving a fucking has to
Right.
give a pep talk to fucking Spider-Man. Spider-Man talking to Spider-Man. Oh shit.
Yeah, but get it. You're amazing. The
Yes,
amazing Spider-Man.
absolutely.
You're amazing. And he kept
Absolutely.
kept like.
And then they
repeating
hammer
it.
that
I'm like-
home. Yeah, you're
I'm like,
amazing.
dude.
Well, because that was like, I don't know. It was almost like listening. It was almost like watching a Reddit chat room or something like that. We're like, you know, the Amazing Spider-Man's lame. Like Toby got to fight this and this, and Tom fought this and this. What did all Amazing did was kill his girlfriend. Like,
Right. Right. Jesus.
yet he seems to be everybody's favorite. So it's
Right. And he did steal the show, in my opinion. Like when he came on screen, he was the funniest of all of them.
Because
You and I were talking about this
because he
earlier.
is.
Yeah.
They, I think, and it's a lot of it is a product of that first Spider-Man where it's like, hey, maybe Toby could, especially that third movie where it's like, hey, maybe Toby could have been funnier, maybe this and that. Let's put all that into this Spider-Man, and so that's what Andrew Garfield was the perfect choice for that. And that's so again, like, yeah, you put those three Spider-Man together in a room, yeah, that dude, that personality is going to steal the show in the room.
Yeah,
and Andrew Garfield nailed it. Like it's perfect.
Yeah.
We can just go ahead and just go right to pretty much the big climactic end.
Because
We're now
you get to see the fight in the trailer, basically. But
the Spider-Man team,
there's just more
or you
Spider-Man.
don't, because for the longest time they edited out the other two Spider-Men,
But
leaping
you
it.
get the gist of
lizard
it
in them,
because
but
that's
yeah.
just think of what happens in the trailer. If you haven't seen this, and why are you again listening to this if you haven't seen it? It's everything you see in the trailer, but add 2 more Spider-Men and more detail and
Correct.
a little bit longer of a fight than what's in the trailer. And
Biggest little weird things is they're putting Cap's shield on the Statue of Liberty, which I also would, if I was a New Yorker living in that fictional time, and or even if I was living in that fictional time, and I would also think that was an odd choice.
yeah, build a statue of fucking Captain America and leave that Statue of Liberty alone.
Correct.
What are you doing?
Correct.
It's like,
Or it's like, hey, do you want to piss more fucking immigrants off? Do you want terrorists to hate America even more? Yeah.
right? I mean,
Take,
it's like that's
take
not
a
what
symbol.
Statue of
Take a
Liberty's
symbol of like,
about.
yes, this is the torch for freedom. It's like, nope, Captain America's a shield, bitch. Like,
Yeah,
she's a tough chick now. Like, come on, let her hold the torch. Let her hold the torch and the tablet. She's fine. But yeah, one of my favorite moments in the entire movie. It's real small. It's real subtle. It's real throwaway. But it made me just genuinely smile wide. All 3 Spider-Men jump off at the same time. Each of them give their own version of a woohoo.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, man, this is what I'm talking about. this is what we came to see.
right.
So basically, best thing that happens is Toby stops Tom from killing Norman. I tell you what, man, Toby can give you a determined stare.
Right.
Like that stare that just says don't.
And
Like,
it really, that stare drove that shit home too, because that was a moment.
I was like, man, this is really good. This is a dope moment right here.
This guy's like, this is the guy that I fought.
Right.
This guy's psycho.
Right.
I understand it. Don't do this.
Right.
You do this, you're not coming back from this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just had that moment. So
And then,
yeah,
and then of
that
course
was
you get the
great
then of
moment,
course
but
you get the
then,
big gasp.
the
The whole theater just sucks in their because
he gets
And I was
stabbed
even
through.
in the back of my mind I'm going, oh yeah, he's gonna stab Toby in the back. Like this is about to happen. I was just like, oh shit.
I will say that I was surprised that he survived though.
It worked out because hey, he's been stabbed before.
I love that. I love that.
You're in so much pain right now.
Yeah, especially when that moment when he's watching them all go. Like I gotta go. It's like I love that too, because he's like, thank you guys, thank you, and then I gotta go, and he starts to go, but then he goes back for the hug for all 3 of them.
The Spider-Man 3-way hug.
Man,
Another
dude, that was
moment
cool.
where you thought you've heard a bunch of people cheer before.
Right.
You wait till those 3 Spider-Man hug it out, and then
Yep.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was cool. That was
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, you're in so much pain right now, aren't you?
Yep, I am.
So yeah, but because Ned can flip about the ring and all that, turns out he accidentally brings Strange back, but it's good because someone's got shit's going on because Norman threw a bomb at the box and now the multiverse is coming through.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
That's not good.
No.
And you can see in the silhouettes, I did do a little bit of like internet looking to see, a little internet snooping to see whom was in the
Well,
silhouette.
I saw Rhino and I saw what
Rhino,
looked like Craven the Hunter.
Craven
with
the
spear.
Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Scorpion?
Scorpion. I was gonna say
Yeah.
not Lizard because Lizard was there, but Scorpion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are some of the 3 that I saw. There might be 1 or 2 hidden in there, but yeah, I thought that was really neat.
So I guess at this point, that just leaves Peter going up and telling Strange, look, if it means that everybody forgetting me is going to break all this, then let's do this. make everybody forget me.
And he's like, you sure? I think he says like that it includes me and everybody. And it's like, well, yeah,
Right.
you know, I mean, that's what has to happen.
Yeah. The major sacrifice, you know, of the hero, you know, and it's quite the sacrifice at that point, because at that point, your best friend and the girl you love they're just going to just forget that you ever existed.
Well, yeah, Strange
That's some
tells
shit.
Yeah, Strange tells me, he's like, you might want to go down and say your goodbyes then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, then we get that moment, a little heart. Now, this mirrors something that, if I'm not mistaken, this mirrors something that happened in the comic, right? Well, didn't he forget his marriage to Mary Jane or something like that in the comics?
There was an episode with Mephisto. You know, he kind of gave him an ultimatum, like, look, you know, I don't know exactly what it was, but he goes, you know, you're gonna, well, I'll give you what you want, but at the same time, that's going to mean that she's going to forget that you guys were ever in love, married, whatever. It's just never going to exist. And yeah, there was a moment in the comic books where, you know, he at least got to say his goodbyes. And yeah, I don't know if it was exact lines or anything like that. I just know that happened. So, and it's still not Mephisto. So, you know, cool. Your friend Adam's probably yelling at us right now. Damn it!
He probably knows exactly what it is. Shout out to my 2 cents on Instagram.
Adam, write in. Let us know if we're right or not.
We probably ask Monk. Monk will tell us. Monk would know.
Yeah, he would know. Monk, write in. Let us know. Let us know if we're right, or if we're wrong, or if we're stupid. Don't tell us if we're stupid. Let us be surprised.
Or tell us that we're stupid. That way we can hurl some insults back at you when we play a little game of the dozens. It'll be fun.
I like being surprised. Anyways.
We get this really kind of, I mean, it didn't make me tear up or anything, but I could definitely hear some ahs and some things in the crowds when, you know, he's like, I love you. And she's like, no, don't say it when you find me or something like that. She's like, you know.
Yeah, he was going to say it, but
Yeah.
then, yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, I want to hear it when that's how I'll remember you or something like that. So basically a whole, like, I'll find you. I'll make you remember. This won't be permanent. And I wouldn't say typical love story stuff, but you know, the love story stuff. There it is.
It's definitely there.
It's you know, it's good. It's done well. It's done super
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
And that's one of the whole parts of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Being a normal person and trying to adapt to being a hero. Because that's kind of what he was up until that point of being bit by the spider, just a normal person. And he still has that aspect. It's the growing up, the going through school, the being bullied, but, you know, then having to, like, you know, I can't tell anybody who I am, all this different stuff. It's more of the story of Peter Parker than it is the story of Spider-Man, at least in my opinion. Spider-Man's just the person he has to be in those moments, you know, that are necessary. Yeah.
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 Dig it.
Yeah.
So yeah, he says goodbye to Ned. He says goodbye to MJ. And then he's like, do it, Rockapella. And it's done.
Giant shockwave goes around the earth again. Probably making more mutants.
Right. Doing something.
The
Something's
spell.
happening.
It sets something off in people's brains and it set them into the next step of evolution. Mutation is the key to our evolution. It's enabled a single-celled organism to transform into the dominant species on the planet. This process is slow, normally taking thousands of years, but every so often, evolution leaps forward. I think that's kind of what it is.
I mean, bravo.
I try.
Nah, that was good. That was good. Well done.
Yeah, when you watch those movies enough, and Patrick Stewart, I think that Patrick Stewart should just, like, teach basic math and, you know, some basic science, you know, just read off certain books, and no kid would ever really forget. Just you're Captain Picard teaching you something. You're like, yes, sir. You're paying attention.
Yeah,
At least I
Patrick
would.
Stewart's another dude that could, you know, you could put up there with pretty good narrators. You know, he's got a good
absolutely.
voice for narration. You know, good assertive timbre, speaks clearly, very precise. Like you feel like he chooses every word precisely, like, and it could be like,
Right, yeah.
you ever see him just kind of ramble on? He can be kind of a silly dude. It's funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was funny in Conspiracy Theory. I mean, I wouldn't call him like, laugh out loud, ha ha, funny, but man, his character.
Funny like how, Henry?
Yeah,
Like a
exactly.
clown?
What am I here to
Like
amuse you?
What's so fucking funny about me?
What, I want some fucking clown? What do you want me to do, huh?
No, I just funny.
He got right into the it's just like, oh God, I'm gonna die.
Right.
Don't stab me in the face, bro. Like, whoa.
It's like, oh, okay, you got me, because yeah, you could. You're the same guy that later is gonna hit a dude over and over again with a fucking phone or some shit. Is that the same movie? Yeah, it's the same movie.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because sometimes the violence between like Casino and Goodfellas that Joe Pesci does gets like, like, wait, who do you do that to?
It all
That's
blends, yeah.
right. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, you blend.
So yeah, that's a really great scene in Goodfellas. But
Yeah.
we're not talking about Goodfellas.
What were we talking about? Oh yeah, we were talking about Spider-Man. So at that point, he then has to, go. It kind of just like goes to a scene of him walking through the streets of New York. We just lost all of our New York listeners. And he is practicing a speech.
Oh, if we didn't lose him when I was doing a Queen's accent just because I was doing a bad Spider-Man, if we didn't lose him then yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Either one. Any New York listeners write in, let us know how bad we were. And nobody's listening.
Crickets out there.
Yep.
All right. Well, walking through the streets of New York.
So yeah, he's practicing lines to go and say, "Hey, my name is Peter Parker, and I'm in love with you."
Got his cheat sheet ready.
Yeah.
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 You're my density. Yeah. He's ready to go.
My density has popped me to you.
I had to write this down. This is really good stuff.
Okay, let's go inside. Oh, okay. Yeah.
God,
Lou,
what is
give me a milk. Chocolate.
perfect slide. Boom. Man, I really hope that was in one take, because that would be awesome if it was.
Oh, well, I mean, why wouldn't it have been? That was...
Because Crispin Glover is like, he could like not have grasped it in his hand right away. Like he could have tried to.
Oh, you mean like, yeah, with like I'm like the filming of it. I'm like, there was no edit, so I don't remember.
I'm like, no, that was, I just
Like
wonder if that was the
like if
first
that was his
take.
first
Yeah.
time that he tried.
Like he
okay,
walks
yeah,
up to it
yeah.
on first try. He slides it across. Bam! He catches it, drinks it, like
and it just
boom, like
splashes straight up.
yeah,
Like and then he has to like cut. And
Yeah.
we get a new outfit.
Right.
That type of stuff. Right.
yeah. But he's got his cheat sheet,
And he's
preparing to go to the diner where MJ works, and he's gonna do his, try to do this thing to I guess get her back, make her remember.
yeah. And as he's walking in, so is Ned.
Mm-hmm. In fact, there's a little fake out because he's walking and she waves, and he's like, "Oh snap!" But it's like Ned walking in, and yeah, Ned doesn't know who Peter Parker is, so he just walks
Nobody
up to
does.
the thing. Now, the question I have, so it's
Are you
like
about
he
to go
never
into the
existed.
plot holes
That-
of this movie?
I don't- well, I'm
Because there
trying-
are
well, I'm
plot
trying to
holes
just-
in this movie. I will. I mean, we haven't really talked a lot about plot holes, but this is one of them. But go ahead.
Yeah, well, I'm just so was the spell that the original spell was that so that people would forget that he was Peter Parker.
Right.
I just wonder how it went from there to Peter Parker never existed.
Well, that's my thing. It's like, okay, if nobody remembers that Peter Parker was Peter Parker, how does that? I mean, the spell must have included erasing any trace of his existence, because you can't make everybody completely forget if there's birth records, nothing on like all the stuff that was put out on the internet would had to have been erased. So that includes digital, all this different stuff. So that is one thing. But how does, because here's the thing, and we will kind of jump over to this point. I'll say this right now. He doesn't end up telling her that he loves her, and he goes and just like says, I'm going to let you live your life at this point. Because I think that the cut on the top of her head and then the Band-Aid was like, look, she's going to get hurt because of you, even if you could start bringing this stuff back again. She almost died because of you. If you bring her back into your world, there's a possibility she is going to get hurt, if not killed. So I think seeing that Band-Aid made him go, you know what? You should just go to MIT, and I'm going to go this way. So the next scene after that was
where does she get if Peter Parker never existed, or is it that he existed and just people have forgotten that he's existed? Is that the thing? Because it's like
that's what I'm getting to. Because
why would she? Because she's still rocking that broken necklace that he got her.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole thing with like, oh, that's cool. I understand. It's the whole thing with like, well, she said she likes it better broken. So yeah, it's broken. So she would still wear it. But would she still wear it with that? Like, it didn't mean that much to her. It meant that much to her because Peter got it for her. So she liked it whether it was broken or not. So, but she's rocking it at the end. So why would that still be of super sentimental value to her if there was no Peter Parker to give that to her and it is broken?
There's that. And also, the spell is make everyone forget that, Peter Parker was Spider-Man, or just make people forget Peter Parker completely. Because Happy, when they go to Aunt May's gravestone, Happy asks, how did you know her? And he said, through Spider-Man. And he goes, how about you? And Happy says, same. So Happy remembers Spider-Man, but he does not remember Peter Parker being Spider-Man. So if he remembers Spider-Man, why don't Ned and... See, we're getting really technical, and people are going to be like, shut the fuck up! Why don't Ned and Mary Jane remember the whole battle and the whole fight and everything that they've done with Spider-Man? Is it because that it involved that they knew that he was Peter Parker? Because
Happy.
I
guess because the attachment to that is Peter Parker, so you can. So if it was that, so I guess it takes place
remembers
at that
through
point,
Spider-Man.
and he's still Spider-Man. So they know that there's a Spider-Man, but I guess their involvement with him, they did that because they did that whole thing knowing he was Peter Parker. So because of that, to them, Spider-Man. I don't know. See, I don't know.
See, but Happy the entire time knowing that he, knowing Spider-Man, knew that Peter Parker was Spider-Man.
Right. I don't know.
So why does he remember that
or
connection?
maybe they do, and that's why they're friends. But there would be no reason for us to know that because they're not going to talk about that in front of Peter because they don't know him. So maybe maybe that did happen, but maybe that did. And they talk to each other about it, but we no longer, as the audience following Peter now, we no longer get to know that because they're not going to just tell those stories to the random Joe Schmo that walked in. Oh, hey, did you know we hung out with Spider-Man? Spider-Man saved us one time.
Right.
So that maybe still could have happened to them. But that's why I'm asking, because that's maybe where she would have gotten the necklace from. She still took the trip, so some shit still happened, but why would she still be wearing it? Because the reason she's wearing it is because it was sentimental value, because Peter gave it to her, whether it was broken or not. And it was like, oh, I'll just keep it. It's better broken anyway. If she doesn't know, she no longer remembers Peter Parker, why does she wear it? Is she just, oh, this is just something I wear? It's like, nah, that MJ doesn't seem like that type to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's some plot holes. There's a lot of plot holes, but it's okay. I enjoy the movie.
Maybe the answers will be written in later because they can kind of do things like that. They seem to be pretty good at fixing their plot holes. People notice it and they go, well, we'll fix it in another movie. Don't worry.
Well, they've already said that Spider-Man 4 was in the works. At least Kevin Feige said that. He said he wanted the audience to not freak out because, it's going to happen.
Because everybody thinking they're never going to see Tom Holland as Spider-Man again. And he's like, no, that's not how this is working.
Right. So that's going to happen.
Right.
But yeah, we don't want to.
Hell, I thought it at one point. So I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll explain it through that.
I'm sure.
Like you said, maybe
Yeah.
she'll remember Spider-Man and have a crush on Spider-Man, but not know who Spider-Man is.
Right.
Going to the old,
And then they can keep it that way where he's like, this time I'm not going to reveal because she can't get hurt if blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Right. But she can still be head over heels for Spider-Man.
Correct.
Same way Mary Jane was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so yeah. Meh. She, Boku.
He now has his own pad.
Apartment.
Yeah, gets his own little spot. And
Nice.
he has made himself a wonderful looking Spider-Man suit.
It is quite bright and shiny.
Yeah.
I will say that. But it was definitely he's seen the others and went, I'm going to.
Blend all in. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was cool.
Yes.
I dug seeing that. I want to see that again. And definitely when it comes out, I'm going to pause the hell out of that and watch that end scene. Because, yeah, it had that. And that's the other thing about this. Like I said, it seemed like a continuation for all three movies or all three genres of Spider-Man. So, yeah, it ends with him swinging through New York and a lovely Christmas tree. So this is definitely a Christmas movie. They had a Christmas song and the Christmas tree at the end. So technically this is a Christmas movie.
This is going to be one of those, it's time to start the Christmas marathon. You start with this because it doesn't feel like Christmas till the end. Then you can power into it. At least I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet.
Oh, I'll do Iron Man 3 first and then do that. Or Iron Man 3 and then Hawkeye and then Spider-Man.
Yeah, Hawkeye for sure. By the way, finished Hawkeye,
Meh.
but we can talk about that on another thing.
There you go.
Yeah, so we'll wrap this up because we have some lovely credits, some animations during the credits. That's really cool, and then we get ourselves a good old Marvel cutscene or end scene, whatever, after credit scene, Easter egg scene, whatever you want to call
Venom.
it. Venom.
Venom.
Shantams. Get a big old stack of ribs, balloons for the kids, garlic coming out your eyelids. You ain't gonna know what hit 'em.
Sorry.
It was a pizza, hit him.
Shantams.
Pizza went through a ring and hit him.
Sorry.
Flew a flying ring and hit him. He tried to catch it, but he couldn't get him.
It was too hot. Yeah, it's hot.
Venom.
Venom. You're gonna have to stop my momentum.
Okay. Yeah. Good old Eddie Brock is
Drunk.
talking to a bartender, and apparently he's getting caught up on what happens in this universe that he's in.
He's getting caught up on Iron Man 1 and up.
Yeah.
And he doesn't believe it. He's just,
So you
He's
tell
like,
me
well,
this
shoot.
guy? You tell me this guy? Yep. And shoot. Yeah, fly around and shoot beam from here.
And the dude, I like how the bartender just crosses himself. Like,
right.
I love that shit. That's great.
Yeah.
And then there's a guy. He just turns green. And he's it.
Right.
The Hulk. Yeah.
Right. And then, he says, well, maybe I should go and see this Peter Parker guy in New York and this and that. And then gets up because the symbiote makes him get up and informs him that they are drunk.
Yes.
And all of a sudden he then just starts to fade away in a bright light.
He does.
And he goes back to his time around the exact same way.
It looks like what happens when the Spider-Men kind of go back. It's just like kind of this glow.
When
and
they
this-
all go back, yeah.
Yeah.
You have your, like, putting everybody back montage, and that was what happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. And then there's something left behind. There's a small little piece of the symbiote left behind.
Dun, dun,
And then as it
dun.
Starts to move slightly and starts to crawl, and then all of a sudden it cuts to more credits.
Ooh, everybody in the theater went, oh, that was pretty funny. Even my mom.
Right. So
I did it with my mom. It was pretty, oh.
you're going to get Venom, but you're not going to have, most likely, maybe they'll have Tom Hardy, but maybe casting a new Venom would be
New Venom.
okay in a Venom. Go and find him, get him. Get yourself a new old Venom.
You're not going to know what hit him. Venom.
Tom Holland just went and hit him, Venom.
What's funny is when I was in the theater, this will be a fun little story. I was in the theater and I was like, the credits start going again, and I was like, okay, so now I can do this fun thing where I whip out the phone, and then I can see how many cutscenes there are. Not see what the scenes are, but just see if there are cutscenes. I didn't see anything about a cutscene at the end, so I was like, yeah, no, I don't see anything. We could probably go. As I get to the door, I'm like, hey, wait, we should probably just wait here, because if they didn't say there was a cutscene, that means it's not really relevant to them. It's going to be about something else, or it's going to be, we should just wait. Let's just wait. And sure enough, at the end of Spider-Man, we get what we now know is the official trailer for Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. And it looks as nuts and crazy as I thought it was going to be when they said that, hey, we're throwing Doctor Strange and the name is Multiverse of Madness. Like, well, this is going to be nuts.
Right. And because of the success of Loki and the success of Spider-Man and how they were, what they were hearing and what they were seeing when they were filming it, they went back and did a whole bunch more reshoots because they want more character interaction and, different kind of variations of well-known characters and other new characters. So we're going to see some crazy stuff. We might, who knows? Hugh Jackman's been getting pretty Jackman lately. And yeah.
You thought seeing all those people interact in Civil War and Infinity War and Endgame and all that was nuts. Hold on to your butts.
You thought watching everybody in Spider-Man was nuts. Now we're going to see this multiverse kind of maybe, reintroduce Hugh Jackman. Might see him reintroduce some, maybe hell. We might get, for a brief second, Nick Cage as Ghost Rider. We might get any of these people. I would enjoy seeing them look at maybe the Thing from the first 2 Fantastic Four movies and go, what the hell is that? Because we're all going to look at it the same way. Go, hey man, we don't know. Don't look at us. Like, they tried.
Yeah, nothing to do with it.
Boy, did they fail.
Yeah, nothing to do with it.
Right. Or just to see, that would be really cool is to see Chris Evans as Human Torch.
That's exactly what that's what my boy Billiam. Shout out to Billiam. He listened to the podcast. My boy Billiam. He sent me a text. He was like, Multiverse of Madness trailer. I was like, yeah, and he was like, I want to see Chris Evans Human Torch.
Right. It would be cool, man. Yeah. It would be cool. It would be funny.
Yeah.
That's the only way he comes back. It's like, I'm never doing Captain America again. But hey,
I like how now that the trailer is out and they like, I saw that for the Marvel Studios, they incorporated the what if animated characters into it. And
did they? I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, go look at the official Doctor Strange.
Okay, I'll check that out.
Yeah, in fact, they make it look like that because it shows different multiverses in the Marvel Studios thing now, and it almost kind of looks like it's in a mirror dimension because it has like little cracks on it. It's really neat. I like what they.
Okay, I gotta check that out again.
Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah. Also, everybody check it out again because it's officially out. So if you haven't seen it already, check out that trailer.
If you haven't watched What If, y'all. You might want to do yourselves a favor because this has some of those vibes from that episode featuring Doctor Strange. It looks like the tentacle of maybe a small version of a tentacle monster's in there.
Right. We
have Chiwetel Ejiofor telling him like, the greatest threat to us is you, and then you see a harsh Strange turn around talking about it got out of hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're gonna see some Strange v. Strange, man.
Totally. Oh yeah.
And I was worried about snow in your man's crib. Now there's flooding in your man's crib. Like,
and it looks like, it's all like torn to fucking shit.
Yeah, and then it's all jacked up in your man's crib. Yeah. Like, man, what is going on?
And there's a swirling cloud of light. Yeah, everything's doomed.
I think they're going to kill
that whole.
I think they are going to kill Wong or put him in some real dire situations because every clip in there looks like he's in a dire situation.
Yeah, and then you have to have Doctor Strange become Sorcerer Supreme. So, but other than that, that was us talking about it.
Well, I think that's about all the web fluid I have for that.
Haha! I see what you did there. You used a joke.
I think we're all. I think I'm all out. I think that's all. It's all spent. That's all. That's Spider-Man.
There it is. It was a lot. It was good. 2 hours and something. 2 hours. We're over 2 hours. This is was fun.
It's a good,
movie.
it's a good, nice car ride or something, cleaning, doing some chores around the house.
I'm buying that movie immediately. I've already pre-ordered it, but I mean, once it, I want to see it as many times as possible as well. But
facts. I feel like, it's because there's still, like we were saying, if this was regular times, I might have seen the movie 2-3 times already. But so I can't wait to have it in a form where I can go back and look at things, break things down, because I feel like there's still a lot that I missed.
right.
Little Easter eggs, little things that are just like, hey, we threw this in here. Hey, did you see this? Check this out. So
I want to see it again immediately. I know that even though I've pre-ordered it, I'll probably buy it on digital when it's available, which from what I've heard, rumor has it February 28th. Rumor has it. February 28th.
Nice.
On digital,
Okay.
which means like maybe 2 weeks after that. Middle of March, end of March, the physical copy.
Nice. Celebrate Black History Month with your white Spider-Man. What better way to end your Black History Month? Yeah.
Right.
Cool. Well,
Sony.
that's the episode then.
That is the episode. So next episode, we are going to be talking about The Harder They Fall.
Ooh, snap.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come be awesome with the Blam Blams, everybody.
I've watched that movie multiple times now.
Myself as well.
Yeah.
It's a good Western.
I want more. I want a prequel.
It's a good movie.
I mean, I want the in between
Yep.
of the. And we'll talk about that. But I want the in between. I want the prequel. I want the side story. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Give us that sequel.
Yeah. Yeah. That too. Everything.
Go.
More, because well done, and I want more. Just like the Spider-Man. All right. All right.
Well, the people can catch us on all the things.
They can.
The Buzzsprout, on Spotify, so many things. Instagram, Twitter, so many things.
Soon to be YouTube. I'm going to be
Very soon. We're
going to be popping the episodes up on YouTube, and then when you're feeling a little tense, just go ahead and start with episode 1 and just listen to them all again.
little matinee review for you.
Yep. It's like chicken soup for the ears.
Yeah.
Maybe I might be okay with letting the world see our face, but we'll see.
And watch how the money will roll in. Not at all. None. Zero.
How many people are listening to this? Not many.
2.
But it's all right. It's all right.
You're me and you.
That's right. We'll be able to save this for ourselves or for our grandkids. You want to hear Grandpa what he used to talk about when he was your age?
Not at all.
Tell
Give
you.
me $1.
I mean, what the hell can you buy for? I couldn't even buy anything for $1 in my days. What do you want $1 for? Is it for a book report?
Strip club money.
Let me tell you about. Here's a quarter. Here's a quarter. Remember these? This is what we used to have. It's called change. Speaking of change. Wait, what? What were we talking about? So yes, YouTube, possibly. We'll see. We will see.
It's a bubbling brewing pot that will be soon to share with everyone.
Right. And supposedly Facebook is going to be adding podcasts.
We'll talk about it.
Might edit this out. We'll find out. Who knows? They might be listening. We might be listening. They might be listening.
Right.
What? Still listening. My phone's around me.
There you go.
Now they know. Like,
Yeah,
oh, you have a
Mike's-
podcast? It's ours now. We bought
They're
it.
just going to turn your mic on whenever they want to.
Right? Is it still on? It is. Good. We're good. We're good, folks. You can still hear us, right? Right?
We're out there. Hello.
Is there anybody out there? All right.
Tear down the wall. Tear down the wall.
All right. Well,
We've gone officially mad. That's it. Like we can't. So much spider talk. It's all right. We're good.
I'd like
We're
to
gonna be
thank
fine.
everybody for listening and
Definitely.
hanging out with us thus far. And
Happy New Year.
Happy
Make it
New
a
Year.
make it a good one.
Yeah, please.
And when I say this, I mean, being good to everyone else and everybody else, around you, and not trying to be selfish or anything, but do you. I can say that this podcast, even though we haven't done a full year's worth of podcast, entering into a new year with something that like this, I'm enjoying doing something that I wanted to do, and if there's something that you want to do that you haven't felt like you can actually do, just get out there and find a way to do it. Unless it's, like killing somebody. Don't do that. But, do something good for yourself and other people out there, and enjoy yourself. You only get so many trips around the sun, folks. So, yeah, Happy New Year.
And be patient with it and work at it. Some things take time. I know that some people might feel like, oh, things have to happen instantly, or this has to happen. Like, some things take time to build, and don't get discouraged. Hang in there, and it might take a couple years, but you're planting seeds that could bear some awesome fruit that you might not even see the fruit and the possibilities. But if you just keep working at it, keep planting, you'll see some good fruit growing. Don't get discouraged.
He said it better than I did. He's good at that.
Man.
He's got them words.
Man.
He's got them words that they get across to peoples, and I just sound like a schmuck. What? What?
Not at all.
No.
Not at all. I was adding a tail into what you said, sir. Just putting a little,
well, I know that.
Just putting some tails on the coat, that's all.
I'm just also insane and adding in a joke, and it just went, oh, we're going to be all right.
Cool. Well, we're going to have a good rest of the day. I hope you all have a good rest of the day, evening, twilight, sunset, wherever, middle of the night, whatever it might be at this time. Whatever you're doing, be safe, be happy. I am Akili.
I am Justin.
And we'll see y'all on the next one.
Take care.
Peace.